Am I the meanest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the prettiest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Pawn's drunk.
Well, who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
Who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
I can't hear you.
Pawn's drunk. AKA Mr. Moonshine himself.
Of Harlem.
What up? What up? Dímelo, mi gente. Que lo que y'all already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka El Adobo, El Sazón, El Borracho, El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta have this conversation. We gotta have this conversation, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta have this conversation. What's good? What's good? Everybody in the chat, what's good? Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like. Let's smash that like. Damn, man. Jay Alvarez, we wrote an essay out here, man. What's good, Jay Alvarez, man? I just can't read everything you said, man. Shadow Ghost in the building. What's good, Shadow Ghost in the building? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? All right, y'all was having a conversation. Benny in the building. What's good, man? Jackie Hernandez, la reina de boxeo. Say, man, we can't criticize Matias now. Hey, yo. Every time I'm talking about the 140-pound division, every time I'm talking about Subriel Matias, every single time, every single video, I gotta have like 3, 4, 5, 6 comments in the stories is, pero habla de tu gente, or you just gotta be a Dominican talking down of a Puerto Rican, por mi gente. Nada más yo estoy hablando de Subriel Matias. What the hell that has to do? It's a Puerto Rican and Dominican thing. Diablo, mi gente, no podemos hablar de boxeo aquí, eh? Huh? We can't talk about boxing. Jeez. Jackie Hernández, la reina de boxeo, con los 20 pesos de Super Chari Chari Party K a comprar comida del malecón. What's good, Jackie? Damn, right, Jackie? What's going on, man? They attacking me left and right. Jackie Hernandez said we literally just pointing out the obvious that Matias hasn't fought any top competition. Facts. To know if he's really that good. Facts. But that somehow means we're hating on him because he's Puerto Rican. That's crazy. That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Like when I critique. And they done this to me before. If I criticize Earl Spence and Bud Crawford and Devin Haney, they'd be like, "Oh, you don't like black fighters, huh?" Damn, what's going on here? Like, yo, I've criticized even Dominican fighters. Didn't I criticize De Los Santos? Ay, ¿por qué no vienen los puertorriqueños a hablarme mierda a mí? Huh? Why the certain? I'm not gonna say I love my Puerto. Y'all know, man. I love I love Puerto Rican boxing. I represent Latinos. I fight for Latinos more than anything. When people trying to disrespect our coach, I be fighting for Latinos Unidos. Pero mira esta gente, mira, look at them. Because I talk about Subriel Matias, I punch on boxing. You don't like Puerto Ricans. Puerto Rican and Dominican y esto, huh? No. I need that energy now that we live. I need the same Puerto Ricans that be on my chat trying to make it a divide between Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. If you criticize Subriel Matias, you don't like Puerto Ricans all of a sudden, huh? And now these channels, these new channels, I thought new channels are talking about your boy Mr. Moonshine, but these channels wasn't even here. Yo, put it this way. Hey, yo, Jackie, put it this way. There's this channel that talks crap about me. They're a Puerto Rican channel. And they just appeared 2-3 months ago. Just because they're hype about Subriel Matias. Now they act like they know boxing and been here in this community for a long time. Oh, wow. Let me just read a couple of messages. So y'all won't say that I'm just blowing things out of proportion. Hold on. Okay, no, I see. No, let me read a little bit. Hold on, my people. Let me see if I could. He said, there's one that says, Pobre Domi, Vete a empujar los tuyos que nunca han tenido campeones. So now, because I'm critiquing Subriel Matias, this guy want to make it a Puerto Rican and Dominican, actually telling me to say, stop, look, Dominican dude, stop talking about us and talk about your people. Wow. Wow. So all this time that I've been in this community, and y'all know Punch Run Boxing, my work speak for itself. The videos is out there. The videos, the debates is out there. When I'm like fighting for los Latinos, ahora me dicen un puertorriqueño a mí que apoya a los tuyos. Wow. Mira cómo me están hablando los puertorriqueños a mí. That all of a sudden, all this work, oh, talk about yours, pero yo creía que son latinos, que somos unidos. Ah, no. Until the day that I criticize a Subriel Matias, all of a sudden, I'm a hater of Puerto Rico. Why you didn't say that I was a hater of Puerto Rico when I'm pumping a Menace Serrano, the 7th Division World Champion, the queen, huh? The GWO, the real GWO. Why nobody come over here? Why the Puerto Ricans don't come over here why the Puerto Ricans didn't come over here to Punch Run Boxing when I was saying that Edgar Berlanga is gonna be the next? Huh? What about the Puerto Rican? What the Puerto Ricans here when I was interviewing Xander Zayas? And I'm talking about the ignorant Puerto Ricans. The ignorant Puerto Ricans that be coming on these comments shit. Y'all not real boxing fans. Y'all just see a Subriel Matias and y'all feel like, oh my God, there's something to cheer for. And now you're going to criticize everybody that criticized Subriel Matias as a Puerto Rican hater. Man, y'all worse than the other pro channels I used to go up against. Mira esta gente, mira. Hold on, there's another reply. Hold on. I didn't even Snapchat the other ones. Matter of fact, let's go. Let me see, is this one? Let's go to a video so y'all can understand what I'm talking about. Punch, you the coolest boxing analyst. Good looking out, just do it. Savage in the building. What's good, Savage? Punch, always got somebody, man. Yeah, yo, I can't talk boxing. Bro. Huh? When I say, hey, yo, Danny Swift Garcia got one of the most underrated resume in the sport of boxing. Huh? When everybody was calling Danny Garcia quack. Not a quack, but they was calling him Cherryville. Remember Cherryville, Danny Swift Garcia? Huh? Man. What about Shakur Stevenson? Remember I did that live when I was fighting for Shakur Stevenson, el puertorriqueño Shakur Stevenson? Huh? Oh, I see. But it's something about Subriel Matias. It's something about Subriel Matias que le duele el culito, de que algunos puertorriqueños que le duele el culito así. ¿Ah? When I'm talking about Subriel Matias, y esto. Oh, yo, you got to be Dominican. But yeah, I never heard this before. Huh? I never heard this before. I want to know. You know what it is? I want to know the beef. I want to know the beef. This is the live to talk about it. Like, look, there's been lives that talk about Latinos and blacks. There's been Mexicans or the black fighter, right? The UK and the American fighter. I think it's time for your boy, Mr. Moonshine, to really just talk about this. What is the issue between the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans? Because I know we have a rivalry in baseball, but this ain't baseball. We know the Dominicans know that the Puerto Rican boxing tradition is way beyond the Dominicans. You ain't never hear no Dominican people talking shit about Puerto Ricans in boxing. You crazy? But what is it? That maybe the Dominicans have emerged a little bit in the past 5 years? And we had the champions. We have the Carlos Adamas of the world. We have Kid Austin. They're going to be performing versus Puma today. That you know what I'm saying? That's pumping his heritage, his bloodline. Is it the la salsa Ali Rivera? Is it el bachatero de Elvis Rodriguez? Is it the Hector Luis Garcia? What is it? Why? Because there's a little bit of emerge in the Dominican boxing world in recent time, and now what is it that certain Puerto Ricans feel like there's a threat or something? I don't know what it is. I'm just trying to figure things out because I ain't never had this type of energy coming to my channel. He said, talk about your Dominican champs, fam. I still haven't seen you show love to your people. Man, this guy says, talk about your Dominican champs, fam. I still haven't seen you show love to your peoples. When did you hear Michel Rivera? Huh? Before they was naming him La Zarza Ali Rivera. Huh? Who was out here pumping Michel Rivera? Who was out here pumping Eldy Cedeno Martinez? Martinez? Who was out here pumping Henry Cedeno Martinez? Huh? Who was out here pumping? What you talking about that you haven't heard me talk about my own people? Maldito mamahuevazo, eh? What are you talking about? Huh? How about you do your homework before you come to my channel and talk some bullshit? Huh? Do your homework first and then come right back. Do your homework and then come right back. ¿Ah? Usted no dicen eso, ¿verdad? Usted no dicen eso. Mal agradecido. Límate la boca con jabón. ¿Ah? But I keep it real though. ¿Ah? Floyd Schofield, el tigre now. ¿Ah? Well, what happened? Y'all don't like it? Punch, you drinking this early in the morning? No, I'm not drinking, my friend. I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking. I want to know what's the issue. I had these videos. I have videos of the UK versus the American that during the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. I had the Latinos and blacks. Now I'm talking about this Puerto Rican versus Dominican because there's something going on. Huh? Something going on. He said, Jay Alvarez said the black racist channels love this Leo Gonzalez type guy. Yeah. Uh-huh. Hey, yo, let me tell you like this. Do you see what happened out there? What happened in my city, in the subway in New York City? Huh? You remember that? You remember that debate? Shout out to Monty Brown. But remember the debate that I had with Monty Brown? Remember the debate? Remember that whole live that I had? Remember that whole live? That shit was like a 7-hour live. Remember that live? Now go back to the video a couple of days ago in New York City. In the subway, what did the man was talking about before they had that physical altercation? What did the black guy said to the dude that was sitting down with his girl? What he was telling him? Huh? A ver ahora, si no es que everybody could be racist. Nah, I don't want to be flag wave. I don't want to be flagged. But it's everywhere, man. That shit went viral. You could Google do shot in New York City subway. Boom, and it'll come out. Angry Nick fan. What he said? He said, "F you, man. I don't give a F about your people. It's my people. I'm only about blacks. F your people. F your race. F your this. F your whatever. I'm all about black. Black only the only thing that matters." ¿Verdad? Angry Nick fan. That's what he said, right? I remember in my channel over here, the people saying, "Yo, Punch, what you talking about? What are you talking about? There's no such thing as blacks being racist. What are you talking about?" What I've been saying. Those people won't come back to Punch Run Boxing to debate me on that one, right? Nobody will come back to Punch Run Boxing to debate me on that, right? Because they don't want to keep it real. They don't want to keep it real. Everybody could be racist. Everybody could be racist. White, black, Latinos, Asians, Indian, lo que sea, orange, whatever. Everybody could be racist. Esa maña de que, that because people suffer in this in America, that blacks can't be racist. Everybody could be racist. Deja eso. And matter of fact, I'm gonna put it like this: if the black dude was an Asian or Latino dude, and the dude with the girl was black, and you remember because the black dude's the one that pulled out a gun and he got shot with his own gun, the dude will be a national hero right now. If the dude that was sitting the dude that was sitting down with his girl, if the dude that was saying F your own kind, F everything is white, or everything is Latin, or everything is Asian, man, the dude would have been a national hero. George Floyd, they wouldn't be talking about George Floyd no more. They'd be talking about this new dude. But whatever. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Subriel Matias is fighting Liam Parrell's a good thing to this PR versus DR is not a real thing. This is a better right now. I don't think that is to be honest, I don't think that PR and DR is a thing. I don't think that the divide is a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, bro. I'm in New York City. I live in the melting pot of the fucking world. I live in the melting pot of the world. If I knew there was a problem, I know it. Puerto Ricans and Dominicans is as close as stepbrothers, bro. Forget about cousins. They're like stepbrothers. They're like two brothers. They're like two brothers with the same mother but different fathers. That's how close Puerto Ricans and Dominicans are. Now, when it comes to baseball, there is this competitive nature. But let me tell you something about Dominicans. When a Puerto Rican is doing their thing, man, it's like we're adopted, like we're cheering the Puerto Ricans on. Vice versa. When reggaeton came out, your number one support was the Dominican fans. It was Dominican Island. You cannot make reggaeton will not make it out of the island like that without and come to New York and get the blessings of Dominicans and vice versa. Go to Puerto Rico, they love Dominicans out there. Go to Dominican Republic, they love Puerto Ricans out there. What is this thing in boxing nowadays that when if you criticize Subriel Matias, de que tú le tienes odio a los puertorriqueños? Huh? Because I'm saying the truth? Because Subriel Matias they haven't beat a champion? Because Subriel Matias hasn't beat a champion? He hasn't beat a gatekeeper? Nobody know who the hell is those fighters in his resume? Because it seems like his manufactured? Because Subriel Matias hasn't done what Devin Haney done, because Subriel Matias haven't done what T.O. done, because Subriel Matias haven't done what Shakur Stevenson done, because Subriel Matias, we don't know nothing about his resume. That's why y'all mad? Because I'm speaking the truth? Because I'm not hype like y'all? That's hate? Oh, that's hate. Oh, y'all rather me lie. Y'all rather me lie than keep it real. Punch los boris son tóxicos in every sport. But I never seen this type of energy. We know that the Puerto Rican tradition in the sport of boxing is a beautiful thing, and we also know that the rivalry of Puerto Ricans is actually Mexico. We're not the Dominican legacy is not even. It's not even, how you say, prestige enough for them to have some type of rivalry with somebody. Even the Irish have their rivalries with the UKs or the Irish versus the Puerto Rican fighters. Or Irish and Italian. The Dominicans are now really emerging right now. Dice la reina del boxeo, Jackie Hernandez says, I haven't seen anyone talk negative about Puerto Rican pertaining to Matias at all. So I don't see how they equate that hate for Puerto Rico. I'm mind boggled. I am mind boggled. Let's go to a video. Let's go to certain comments that I get. Let's go to certain comments that I get. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second, Pedro. Give me a second. Let's go to Matias. Okay, Matias, look at this. Okay. All right. Mira. This is Subriel avoids to send contract to Teofimo Lopez, blah, blah. Mira, dice. Otro dominicano mordido, jaja, mamabicho. Mira. What does a Subriel Matias and a Teofimo Lopez content Do I deserve otro dominicano mordido? Jaja, mamabicho. Mira cómo me hablan los puertorriqueños a mí. Y yo estoy hablando de ti. Tú de Fumo López de Honduras. ¿Ah? Vamos a ver otro. Vamos a ver, espera. Hold on. Espera. This guy must be Domi. Mira cómo hablan los puertorriqueños. Mira cómo me hablan los puertorriqueños a mí, a Pote Dronqui. ¿Ah? Mira. Esta gente son más sucios que los negros que me estaban hablando mierda la otra vez. Espera. Este me dice, yo, you a real Matias hater. ¿Hater de qué? ¿Qué ha hecho ese tigre, mi hermano? ¿Qué hater y hater? I already read that one. I already Snapchat that one. Hold on, espera. Could find before you. No, this was, espera. Y me lo dicen en español también. Let's go to another one, espera. Let's go to a short. Hold on. Where's one of the videos? What's the video? This was the video. Boom. Okay. I haven't. He said, I literally read the title in my mind as if I'm Dominican. Mándalo contrato. Espera, can we? Borroso. No, nobody. Oh. This guy says no better, brighter things than Subriel Matias. Matias. I'm sorry for the hate you're getting. Dice Shine. I don't understand. Is there anybody? Come on. What is the hate? I don't understand. What did I say about Subriel Matias that's not accurate? Para los puertorriqueños, dígame, mi gente. Boricua, San Juan, Aguadilla, Bayamón, Carolina. Dime lo que yo no estoy, lo que yo digo no de verdad. Me dice el amigo mío David de Puerto Rico. I'm Puerto Rican to the core, and I respect why you, bro. Good looking out, David. Tell the fellow Puerto Ricans what's going on with these guys, man. Tell them. Good looking out with the $10 super chat. My brother David, con la bandera de Puerto Rico. Vamos a hablar. Hey, smash the like button. What did I say that is not true about Matias? I want a Puerto Rican that be on my comment. Come on right now. This is the live that y'all wanted. Punch. Matias criticism is he said punch. Matias criticism is premature. So you're telling me that we could critique Buck Crawford, we could critique Boots Ennis, we could critique Teofimo Lopez, we could critique Javonte Tan Davis, who is younger than Subriel Matias. We could critique Ryan Garcia. Subriel Matias is not above criticism. We could critique Tyson Fury. We critique Deontay Wilder. We critique Jamal Charlo, Demetrius Andre. No es la gente que le llaman duro a Demetrius Andre. Punch. The Matias criticism is premature. It's not premature. It's right on the money. Subriel Matias is a champion and is 32 years old. We always talk about Javonte Tank Davis' age. Hey, yo, Javonte Tank Davis is 29, 30 years old. What is he doing? He's already old. But Subriel Matias is old. What is it that we can't keep the same energy with Subriel Matias? We can't keep the same energy with Subriel Matias. Randy con la bandera de República Dominicana. Randy, ¿dónde está el disco de Randy? Eso no me está la música, usted lo le gusta en el dominicano, boricua, dominicano. DJ Camelo Alexation, págame la música, Yankee Thing. All right, baby. Hit the like button. Yono in the building. What's good, Yono? And see, wow, Yono, plenty of fighters have died in the boxing, nothing to brag about. All right. But you know what it is? Even with Subriel Matias, God rest his soul, killed the man in the ring. Ain't nobody was talking about Subriel Matias anyway. You know why? Because nobody was thinking about that fighter. People knew his trainer more than the fighter, Buddy McGirt. All I'm saying, if after Pero he doesn't step up, then it's fair game. But there is not real a criticism. People acting like he's cold. People acting like he's cold. Oh, come on now. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, Shy. Nobody was talking about Subriel Matias 6 months ago. I mean, people wasn't even talking about, let's not forget that Subriel Matias mató el tigre. God rest his soul. He killed the man in the ring in the same card as Teofimo Lopez and Nakatani. Nobody was talking about Subriel Matias even after that. Nobody was saying, oh my God, he's best. He's the greatest. Anybody was talking about how Teofimo Lopez did not perform up to par to the level of his expectation versus Nakatani. And they was talking about that. The biggest story was that he's not ready for Richard Comey or he's not ready for Vasily Lomachenko. They wasn't even talking about Subriel Matias like that. What year was that? Wasn't that 2019, 2018? So you telling me after that, what has he done? Who did he fight? Did he lose? Yes. Like what was happening, folks? They think that he's Tito Trinidad because he's dog-skinned like Tito Trinidad? Tito Trinidad, by the age of 32, was already a Hall of Fame walking. Miguel Cotto? They want to... Come on, man. Subriel Matias no peleado a nadie. El Tigre hasn't fought nobody. That's the reality. So like Brandon Lee haven't fought nobody. At least even I don't like the way that Boots Ennis is the career of Boots Ennis is moving at this stage of his career. But guess what? Even Jerome Boots Ennis beat a former world champion in Dan Sergey Lipinets. Even Gary Antoine Russell, whose career I'm not happy I was moving, he even fought an ex-world champion in Victor Postal. Even I don't like how we critique Gervonta Tank Davis daily about his resume, but at least he fought a Puerto Rican like Jose Pedraza when he was undefeated. At least he went up to 140 and fought Mario Barrios, and Mario Barrios that fight that actually win aged well because he beat Santiago and he beat ¿cómo se llama el tigre? Yurdenis Ugas, that aged well. All these people that we critique, why people wasn't getting mad? Porque los puertorriqueños no se ponen bravos when everybody be flaming Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga no perdía, Edgar Berlanga represent Puerto Rico more than Subriel Matias? No. Edgar Berlanga, he wears the Puerto Rican flag and he puts it out there. He represents Puerto Rico more than any Puerto Rican boxing out here. No. Y cuando están hablando mierda de Edgar Berlanga, ¿dónde es que salen ustedes los puertorriqueños? ¿Dónde es que tú sales? Oh, yo. But Edgar Berlanga, he knocked out 16 straight knockouts in the first round. ¿Verdad, David? Y el apoyo de Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga is in line to fight Canelo Alvarez, whether people like it or not. He's in line for a Canelo Alvarez fight, whatever people like it or not. Y el apoyo de él. ¿Ah? Yo no he visto Subriel Matias in the New York City parade, in the Puerto Rican Day parade. ¿A dónde que yo lo he visto ese tigre? ¿Ah? Ese tigre de Subriel Matias, he plays more Mexican songs than Puerto Rican songs. ¿Ah? ¿Por qué ustedes no se pongan bravos con ese tigre? ¿Por qué a los dominicanos? ¿Ah? Oh, yo, this person is, oh, you just saying that because he's Dominican. You should get mad at Subriel Matias. Subriel Matias in his last fight came out with a Puerto Rican. I went to the fight. And when that Mexican song was coming, I said, yeah, the tigre con the Puerto Rican song and stuff like that. I was expecting Bad Bunny. I was expecting Marc Anthony. I was expecting somebody from Wisin and Yandel. Somebody. Huh? Ese tigre vino con Fernando. Por tu maldito amor, tengo terminando tantas penas. That's what I don't want to say. The reason I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna keep on saying it. The reason why Subriel Matias have not captivated the imagination, the emotions of the Puerto Rican fan base, and he's been a professional since what, 2013, 2015? He's been a professional longer than Tio, longer than Haney, longer than Shakur, longer than Boots, longer than Ryan, right? The reason why he's not he haven't captivate the imaginations and the emotions of the Puerto Rican fan base like you want him to, like to activate the Kodo fan base, activate the Trinidad fan base. You know why he hasn't done it yet? You know why Subriel Matias hasn't fought in Madison Square Garden yet? You know why Subriel Matias haven't fought in front of the Puerto Rican people out here in this country? Because a ese tigre no le importa. That's why. Because the biggest rivalry for Puerto Rican boxing is Mexico. But how you gonna have your beloved Puerto Rican boxer Subriel Matias training in Mexico, trained by a Mexican, and coming out with a Mexican songs for his championship televised fight? Usted no lo ven, pero yo lo veo todo. ¿Por qué no se ponen bravo con Subriel Matias? Don't get mad at a YouTube content creator that just keeping it real. Why you think a lot of Puerto Ricans wasn't talking about Subriel Matias? Because he doesn't represent you. He doesn't. Those are the facts. Go ahead, play it. Play it. Let's go back. Go ahead. Leave this live and go to Subriel Matias' last fight and say Subriel Matias entrance, ring entrance. Hey, yo, this was so funny that I was watching the other day. Because I wanted to do a whole video about it because people have been coming to Punch Run Boxing and being unfair to Punch Run Boxing. Leonardo Rodriguez, dímelo con los 2 pesos de plata, no me dice. I'm going to need you to respect Chente Punch. Chente, ¿quién es Chente? ¿Quién es Chente? Huh? They don't want me to be real. They don't want to be real. You telling me that Xander Zayas was getting more respect and more notoriety for the Puerto Rican fan base than Subriel Matias? What about Edgar Berlanga? Esos tigres son joven. Esos tigres son joven. Why does the Puerto Rican and they're more acknowledge Xander Zayas and Edgar Berlanga throughout their career more than Subriel Matias? Why? ¿Por qué? Because he doesn't represent you like that. Xander Zayas se va la salsa y toda esa vaina. He's proud of being Puerto Rico. Él está con la bandera de Puerto Rico everywhere. Edgar Berlanga is everywhere. He represents. He says, mira, I highly disagree. I'm triggered, but I fucks with you, Punch. Come on, Rocky Rodriguez. Don't say I highly disagree. Let me know where I'm lying. Let me know where I'm lying. Good looking out with the $5 super chat. Come on, my brother. Just don't give me a blanket statement. Just don't say you disagree. Tell me, Punch Drunk, you are a liar. I want to hear that. Rocky, answer me these questions. I'm going to give you some fire questions. Does Subriel Matias have a Mexican trainer named Panda? Does Subriel Matias train in Mexico? What is the biggest rivalry for Puerto Rican boxing? What is the tradition rivalry of Puerto Rico? What songs does Subriel Matias come out when he's coming in his interest into the ring? Luckily, let me know if I'm lying. How is a Puerto Rican going to get hype? in boxing. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. I said this is the reason why it's taking Subriel Matias long to captivate that fan base, because he does not represent Puerto Rico like that. I'm not saying that he didn't start off in Puerto Rico. That doesn't mean that his first probably 10 fights was in Puerto Rico when nobody knew who he was. But when people understand, when people got to know who he is, he didn't represent like that. He said, mira. Yes, yes, and yes, but. Tell me the but, baby. Tell me the but. Pause. Shente is Vicentes Fernandez. He is an icon for all Latinos. I was going to say Cantifla. He said, mira. Good looking now with the $5 super chat, David. Mira, Luis Diaz. This dude is a straight clown. I'm out of here. What is he talking about? Matias is huge in Puerto Rico. Mira este tigre. I'm out of here. Tell me if I'm a clown. Eso es mentira, mi hermano. Deja estar hablando mentira, Luis Díaz. Y báñate ahora mismo. Si tú estás de aquí, báñate con jabón. Sucio, viejo. ¿Ah? Di que he's big. He's not big, nothing. You're lying to yourself. Usted va a ver un canal para YouTube and think that he's big because he's big in that channel. He ain't big in Puerto Rico. Think that he's big in Puerto Rico. Amanda Serrano was out there. She was going to be fighting out there con el gallo, Jake Paul. Was it a big thing? What the whole crowd was surrounding Subriel Matias? Eso es mentira, mi hermano. Chara, my friend. Ajá. I think that's what it is. Eso es lo que yo creo. Francisco me lo dijo ahí mismito. He trains in Mexico because he got problems in PR. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. Mira. You're starting to sound crazy, Punch. You're making up a whole ass stories. He became what he is in Puerto Rico. My brother, I just said that the first 10 fights could be in Puerto Rico, but when the Matias name start to buzz, he does not represent Puerto Rico like that, which has taken a long time for people to attach him to the next. Because we've been hearing about Edgar Berlanga and Xander Zayas throughout the past 4 years more than Subriel Matias. Y eso es mentira que yo estoy hablando ahora. Eso es mentira. Huh? That's a lie that I'm talking about. I've been in this community for fucking 5 years, bro. Nobody come over here to talk about Subriel Matias. Come on, man. Come on, bro. I hate when people don't want to keep it honest, bro. I hate when people don't want to keep it real. Why y'all don't want to keep it real, bro? Nobody was talking about Subriel Matias last year, bro. Fuck out of here, man. Y'all just don't want to keep it real. Ese tigre no ha peleado nada for nobody to even talk about him, bro. He hasn't fought nobody for anybody to be, oh my God. No. Who did he beat? What makes him special? Because I know what made Trinidad special. I know what made Cotto special. I know what made them special. I know what made Wilfred Benitez special. Became the first, the youngest champion in the history of the sport of boxing at the age of 17. I know what made Wilfred Gomez special. What made this man special? Come on, man. Bro, Matias have done nothing. IGN boxing. Good looking out, David. I see there's Puerto Ricans out here that keep it real. There's Puerto Ricans out here that keep it real. There's Puerto Ricans out here that keep it real. Y'all other motherfuckers, y'all just want to live the hype. And I know the day that Subriel Matias loses, y'all gonna leave him in the dirt like he wasn't shit. Long Nose Boxing con los 2 pesos de Super Chari Pari que me dice El Chaco is the top body. Hey, yo, Long Nose Boxing. Just last year, y'all was having lives. Who is the best Puerto Rican boxer? And they didn't even mention Subriel Matias. Yo, people was mentioning Edgar Berlanga before Subriel Matias last year, man. Huh? During the pandemics, a matter of fact, during the pandemic in the 2020 to 2021, Edgar Berlanga was the hottest thing talking about in Puerto Rico, bro. 16 straight first round KOs. Come on, man. I don't understand. Cotto got double amateur fights than Matias got a head punch. I got cursed out by my fellow body. No, but I'm getting cursed out too. A person that and a channel and a person that I gotta admit, I've probably been more supportive. I'm not supportive, but I've been talking way more about Puerto Rican fighters than even the Dominican fighters. Because every time the Dominican gets into a big fight, look, what did I say? What I said about Hector Luis Garcia. Hector Luis Garcia, that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to turn that plátano to totones. The same way I said Shakur Stevenson versus Edgar de los Santos. What I said about Edgar de los Santos? I said, ese tigre, Edgar de los Santos was running. He didn't want to win the fight. What I was talking about Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz have said publicly that he is half Puerto Rican, half Dominican, but he's way closer to the Dominican side because he grew up with his mother and stuff like that. He's right now in Dominican Republic, I believe so, in some fashion show. Or he's in New York City. I think he had a party and stuff like that. He represent more Dominican than Puerto Rican. He publicly stated it, right? And what I said about Jermaine Ortiz, que ese tigre estaba corriendo como the Boston Marathon, huh? He's a Boston Marathon. I be flaming my Dominican fighters as well. Pero no vienen los Puerto Ricans a decirme algo. ¿Ah? Ahora le digo a la gente que Subriel Matias hasn't fought nobody. Yes, he did. ¿A quién? Who he fought? No, but he'll beat Haney. Who the hell did Matias fought? But he'll beat Teofimo Lopez. Que a quién peleó Matias? Cállate la maldita boca. Hediondo, estúpido. Huh? Oh, he gonna knock him out. Knock who out? Who has he knocked out? Who? Estúpido. After you ran on Jermaine, you got outcasted by Dominicans. Now the Puerto Ricans banned you. You may as well turn Honduran. No, you quiero que yo. These people want me to talk about Subriel Matias like he's King Kong, like he did the impossible. Huh? Hey, yo, people be flaming the people that already done work. Huh? Yo, there's people that be like, hey, yo, Bud Crawford, his resume is suspect. If Bud Crawford resume is suspect, can you imagine what Matias' resume is? Mira, because the hate is real. The hate is real. No, Luis, tell everybody in the chat. Who has Matias beat? Tell me, Luis. Don't come with some clown shit. Don't say that we hating, right? Don't say that we hating. Tell the people, educate me and educate the people in the chat. Who has Matias beat for us to say, oh my God, this guy is the man? Tell me. Let's see who's the real hater. Maybe you're a hater of truth. Huh? I understand. I've been saying it for a long time. People are comfortable with the lie. People don't want to know the truth. They're comfortable with the lie. Mira, de que clowns. El payaso usted, mamagüevazo. El payaso usted. Answer the damn question. O te va de aquí, hediondo feo. Huh? Answer the damn question. See, these guys just don't know how to hate and spill hate and try to flame people. Answer the question, Luis Diaz. No un hombre usted o una puta. Ah, dime, cabrón. Dime, sucio. Who has Matias beat? Enlighten us. Huh? Dike Herkashev. You don't even know how to pronounce Herkashev. Dime, who is he beat? Who is he beat? Mira, everybody, y'all want to go left, y'all want to go right. Quédase en punto ahí mismito. Answer the question. See, this is the question that Matias fans never want to answer. This is the question. Mira, they want to go. Mira, este big lie chosen said he'll beat him. He beats Chio. Tell me who he beat. Tell me what Matias has done. Tell me the legacy. Tell me what pound for pound list is he on. How about that? Ponce. You know who Ponce beat before fighting? Vamos a decir, Rocky Rodriguez dice Ponce. Okay, baby. All right, I got you right here, my friend. Okay, Ponce. All right. Él me dice Ponce, ¿verdad? Rocky Rodriguez. All right, he won his title versus Ponce. They'd be like, oh my God, Ponce was 30-0. Let's see who Ponce really is. Before Ponce fought, before Ponce, mira esto, mi gente, mira, my friend Rocky Rodriguez, Rocky, no Rocky Balboa, Rocky Rodriguez me dice a mí that his best win versus Ponce. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see who Ponce really is. Ponce. Hold on. I gotta. Hold on, folks. Hold on. Espera, mi gente. Espera. Give me 1 second, baby. Give me 1 second, I say. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on. All right. My brother Rocky Rodriguez said Ponce. Look at Ponce. Before he fought Subriel Matias, he fought a guy that was 23-20. Mira, 20-4, 22-4, 21-1, 25-13, 30-14. Mira, Matias le ganó un pelagato. Ese Ponce es un pelagato. Ese tigre no era nadie. Hey, yo, in the last, man, let's do the math. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the last 5 fights of Ponce's, in his resume, the last 5 fights before fighting Subriel Matias, the record is he fought an opponents that has a record of 104 wins and 52 losses. Ese tigre estaba peleando con un pelagato. Ese tigre no era nadie. A manufactured resume. That's what it is. A manufactured fighting another manufactured fighter. Can anyone please give me another name? Because Ponce is not going to cut it. Ponce, before fighting Matias, fought a guy that was 20-something and 20 losses. Ooh, and guess what? Ponce and Subriel Matias fought in final elimination bout to fight each other. Come on, man. Bunch of manufactured fighters fighting each other, bro. Come on. I like the Liam Paru fight. We're just talking about Subriel Matias. We're not saying nothing about Puerto Rico. We're talking about Subriel Matias, Malik Hawkins. Matias ain't beating old Devin, no T.O. Tell him Jay Alvarez, man. Matias ain't beating old Devin, no T.O. Can fight with whoever else Shakur. Just went to 135 a few fights ago, and Tank would never fight a huge puncher like Matias. He don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Why are you still talking about Matias? Because this is you know why? Because this is a life about Matias, maldito pelagato. We're gonna be talking about Matias. We're gonna expose what people say that what great is not great. No, we gotta humble. I'm gonna humble you, so you better say that. Listen, didn't you say like 10 minutes ago that you go out of here? Mentira, tú te vas a quedar aquí mimito oyéndome la boca, estúpido, because you're gonna hear the truth. All right. I'm going to make you believe. Trust me. I remember people, when I used to go to church when I was young, there used to be people that go to church and be cursing out the pastor and say that God doesn't exist and stuff like that. But right now, tú estás en Pontron Boxing. El pastor de boxeo está predicando. Estúpido. Siéntate ahí. Open the Bible. Leonardo Rodriguez said, you need to stop hating on the Mexican monster. As that, like, let's call him the Mexican monster because he doesn't represent Puerto Rico like that. He says, starving for views. Quédate ahí, mimito, y dame los views. Ahora, mimito. Quédate ahí, Luis. Yo, Punch need a drink. No, need a drink. We like this sober. The drinks is just gonna calm me down. The drinks is gonna calm me down. Look, Luis Diaz, in 10 minutes, I asked him the question and still haven't even answered. But I'm gonna keep you there. Luis Diaz, who did Matias beat? Answer the question. Let us know. If it's hate. Who did he beat? Or you just don't like Punch Drunk Boxing? Is Punch Drunk Boxing hurting your feelings? I did not date your mother. I didn't take your sister to the prom. All right? You don't got to hate Punch. I'm just the boxing guy. Can you tell us all who Subriel Matias beat? Can you tell us all? Yes. Thank you. Tell us, Luis. Salute Punch, you're the best to expose all these delusions. Tell him, Jesus. Tell him, Jesus, si la chancleta. Matias beats Crawford is wildest thing I heard all year. Who said that? Oh my God, Punch. Let's stop talking crazy and let's get Matias on your live. Like, I want him on my live. I sent him a message already. I sent him a message. And he liked it. Is it that? Is it? Maybe it's this. Tell me if I'm wrong. Is it that the Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, we're so close. We're so emotional close to one another, right? That we integrate, we have families. How many mothers are Puerto Ricans and fathers are Dominicans, vice versa? I think this is what it is. Maybe that Puerto Rican women like Dominican men. And your stepdad must be Dominican. And you hated that your mother left your Puerto Rican dad for a Dominican, and you hate your stepdad. And you resent your mother for it. You hate Dominican. And look, I'm going to tell you like this. I do have a story in my own life. Is it that? Is it that? He said too far. Come on, man. Come on. We could say vice versa. All right, Wave. Let's say vice versa, right? Is it that your Dominican mother wants to be with a Puerto Rican man? Hey, Jermaine Ortiz, Dominican mother, his father, the Puerto Rican dad, huh? You know what I'm saying? We don't know if he was a deadbeat. I don't know. Is it that? So people won't be like, Punch supporting Dominican fathers leaving their kid. No surprise. He has felons on his family and probably illegals. He said, Punch supporting Dominican fathers leaving their kid. I don't understand. But anyway, at least my Dominican father never left me. You know what I'm saying? He took care of responsibilities. You feel me? Is this about Punch? Is Punch hurting? You know what it is? I hurt a lot of people's feelings before. You know what I'm saying? I do hurt people's feelings. I don't know, but I think it's true because nobody never say that I'm lying about it. You know, this is a sensitive topic, Punch. It's not. My Rican father, he said, Tony, Tony's father said, my Rican father left me. Hey, yo, I think there is look, there is bastards in every culture. There's bastards in every culture. Puerto Ricans and Dominicans always talk to each other online, but in the street, they chill with each other. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm from New York, bro. We're from the city. We understand this is nothing. Oh, yeah, man. You're not here about boxing. Get out of here. You're not here about boxing. You're not here to talk boxing. Puerto Ricans and Dominicans always talk to each other online, but in the streets they chill. They chill with each other. We chill with each other. We talk online with each other. We mingle with each other. My son is a quarter Puerto Rican as well, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the hood. It's Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, blacks. Now more Mexicans coming in the East Coast now. So you're going, it's Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, blacks, and Mexicans. Either or, we all going to mix. We're going, you know what I'm saying? But Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, we're like brothers, man. We're like step brothers, man. If y'all ain't got a dad, y'all can't call me Poppy. So, all right. So let me ask the question. All right, people. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. Let's give some legitimate answers. Let's give some legitimate answers. What is the issue between Puerto Rico and Dominicans? What is the issue? Help me out, because I really don't know. If we're talking about baseball, I know there's a competitive nature there when it comes to baseball, because Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, that's our beloved sport, right? So I just want, what is the issue? Why is this underlying competitive, maybe underlying hate that people talk? Why would people feel like a Dominican that's assessing or critiquing Subriel Matias is all of a sudden a divide or a or Dominican hate a Puerto Rican? I never seen that in boxing. So can anybody? I want let me see what the people say. Let me see. Dominicans be hating on us Ricans though. Okay. All right. Tony Glizzy says Dominicans be hating on us Ricans though. And I'm going to open up the panels. I'm going to open up the panels. I'm going to open up the panels. I really want to have this conversation. I want to know what it is. Remember, a couple of years ago, we had the black and Latinos, right? There's a lot of pro-black channels that they don't like to support Latinos. Then they hear a Latino that they tell me, yo, Punch, but you black, look at your mouth, but you go in that Latinos, you don't like the Tios, you don't like the Canelos and stuff like that, and whatever, right? Then I did another live of the UK and Americans, the UK and Americans. So now we're talking about the Puerto Ricans and Dominicans because we get along. I love Puerto Rico. I love Dominicans. I love Dominicans. I love Puerto Ricans. I love them. And in boxing, and when it comes to boxing, shit, Puerto Rican takes the cake. Puerto Ricans are better than Dominicans. Yes, yes. But the Dominicans are emerging. They're coming up. The Puerto Ricans have a tradition. The Puerto Rican has a legacy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that. Dominicans know it. No Dominican will even try to even debate that. So I know in boxing, there's never been this Dominican hate Puerto Rican stuff, because even Dominicans know that Puerto Rican got that. So I want to know. Let me see what the other people are saying. Let's see. Rocky says is a baseball thing transitioning to boxing. That's what it is. Didn't Mexico beat Puerto Rico in baseball? We fight with other hoods over territory. Luis Hernandez. Maybe that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that. But in all actuality, when it comes to the drug game, The Dominicans hold it down. We even though, see, it's almost like in boxing. The Dominicans know that Puerto Ricans got it in boxing, right? History wise, they got that. They have it. There's no really competition when it comes to the legacy of Dominican boxing and Puerto Rican boxing, right? We understand that. If it comes to the street drug game, Puerto Ricans know the Dominicans got it. The Puerto Ricans gonna ask the Dominicans for connect, because we got it from the island. If it's not a Puerto Rican, if it's not a Dominican, when it comes to the East Coast, it's Dominicans, Colombians, of course now Mexicans. But if you're talking about the drug game in the East Coast, it's Dominicans. In the West Coast, it's Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to those type of drug game territories, then you got their Latin kings, right? You got them gangs, and you got the Trinitarios, right? You got the Trinitarios, you got the Latin kings and stuff like that. Latin kings was back in the days was holding it down. I think now Trinitarios has been the gangs that's really the more maybe savage or whatever you want to call it, right? But even the Trinitarios, that man cool with Puerto Ricans. How much you want to bet? I bet I find Puerto Ricans and the Trinitarios. I bet that. Vice versa. I knew Dominicans that wasn't Latin kings. A lot of Dominicans used to be in the Latin kings as well. Punch, stop letting these sensitive fools steal your energy. Get it back. Man, I got my energy. What you talking about? Let it go, man. I still got my energy, man. What you talking about, brother? That is for Rikers Island. You don't know anything, Punch. Drugs are coming from Puerto. Mi hermano, deja de eso, Big True. That means you never been in the street. You never been in the street, bro. Stop it. Motherfucker said that the Puerto Rico, the drugs are coming from Puerto Rico. My brand, you lost. You're lost in the game. He said, Punch, think he had Chapo. No, I never said I might Chapo, but you know what it is. You know what it is. Maybe a lot of y'all nerds. I don't know. A lot of y'all may be just some computer nerds. Everybody know in the street. Everybody knows, bro. Like it's not like a secret here and shit like that. If you're in the street, it's not a secret here. Don't know drugs come from. And where the Puerto Ricans get it from? Where the Puerto Ricans get it from? Hmm? Tell me the El Chapo of Puerto Rican. Huh? Tell me a story. Tell me the wild cowboy story. Huh? These people don't know, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Come on, even the Puerto Ricans know that. Even the Puerto Ricans know that. That's what I'm saying. Like people that saying what? Crazy. And for the record, Tito Trinidad didn't beat Oscar de la Hoya. I actually think that Oscar de la Hoya beat Tito Trinidad, but they're gonna get mad. They're gonna be like, I think that Oscar de la Hoya beat Tito Trinidad. Does that make me a Puerto Rican hater now? I think Oscar de la Hoya beat Tito Trinidad. Does that make me a Puerto Rican hater? Took over the whole DR. Punch, they all get their drugs from Smokey and get it from Big Worms. Yo, Punch, Colombia, Dominican to move their products. We got connections. Guido, they know. Guido, they know. Everybody knows that. Guido, you know that. They know that. Now they trying to it's I don't know. Are they getting maybe why? Because they're not the supplier, they're not the connect, they're not the Sosa. Hey, yo, the Puerto Ricans ain't the Sosa. All right. Now you could be Tony Montana, but you ain't Sosa. And everybody knows you could be Tony Montana, but you can't be Sosa. That's the Dominicans or Colombians or the Mexicans. It is what it is. Okay. You could be Tony all you want, but you can't be Sosa. Oscar got robbed because he jabbed and laughed at Tito. My boy Oscar took Tito to school. Now you talk about him. You do a video and talk about him. We're talking about boxing. I just mentioned that for a little bit. Watch the movie with Cameron, the Dominicans with the supplies. I don't even have to take movies. I don't have to take movies. Just be around the way. You know. You don't gotta watch Paid in Full. You don't really gotta watch it. Just be around the way. Just be around the way. Drop link punch. Yeah. Hold on, Wave, man. Let me cook, man. Let me cook. I want to set the table. I want to set the whole table. Let me know, folks. What is the issue? He said the reason why blacks and Rica go to Washington Heights. They know. Even the blacks know. Even the blacks know. Everybody know in New York. Everybody knows in the East Coast. Everybody know in the East Coast who got that. They know who Poppy is. When they say Poppy, who's Poppy? Huh? These guys think that this is Carlito's Way. Nah, this ain't Carlito's Way. As a matter of fact, Carlito's Way was Cuban anyway. He was Cuban anyway, right? Was he Puerto Rican or Cuban? In Carlito's Way. If you're from New York, for the record, you know you grew up going to the Washington Heights and Inwood for the. They know. Hey, yo, they know. Jay Alvarez, they know. They know. If you from NY, for the record, you know you grew up going to Washington Heights and Inwood for your drugs, not Spanish Harlem. Hey, yo, in Spanish Harlem, that's when you see them strung out. Everybody knows. The Jersey, you go through the Port Authority and you come through George Washington and you see them. You know, they know. But anyway, let's take it back to boxing. I understand that people like the new hype. Everybody like the new hype, just like they like the new sneakers, just like they knew the new phone, just like they like the new phone, the new sneakers, the new car, the new chick. Everybody like the new. It's fresh. Sometimes you think you like the new, but you really didn't like it. Really was useless. We seen hype before. We seen him wonders. Put it this way. Subriel Matias is not even a one-hit wonder either. Subriel Matias never fought a champion. Subriel Matias never fought a gatekeeper. Subriel Matias never fought a former champion. Subriel Matias haven't even done a Buster Douglas or a one-hit wonder. Does something special. That doesn't mean because Subriel Matias hasn't done shit. That doesn't mean. Hey, yo, Rolly Romero's title is just as valuable as Subriel Matias' world title. Okay? All right, guys? Okay? Rolly as a champion is just as valuable as Subriel Matias as a champion. He beat Ponce. This guy got robbed by Barroso. Ain't nothing that I look at and be like, oh my God, yes, for me, I look at him as a belt holder. You know what I'm saying? The only true champion, in my opinion, the only true champion in 140 is Teofimo. You know why? Because Teofimo beat Josh Taylor. And Josh Taylor never lost his belt. He just vacated the belts for little scrum for people to pick it up. Like Regis Prograis needed to pick it up. And then Devin Haney beat Regis Prograis. For Subriel Matias to fight Ponce. For Rolly Romero to fight Barroso, the real champion. I ain't talking about belt holders. See, we have belt holders at 140, but the lineal real champion is Teofimo Lopez. Y usted le quillan eso. And he's not. He's just Honduran. He's not Dominican, you know. All right, let's open it up. Let's open it up. I want people. Let's open it up. I'm gonna send the link, man. I'm gonna send the link. Come on, guys. Let me know what's going on. Let me know. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Anybody? Anybody could tell me why y'all mad? Anybody could tell me what's the issue between Puerto Ricans and Dominicans? The issue is that there's ignorant Puerto Ricans out here just getting mad that people are assessing and criticizing and actually showing the people what Subriel Matias' resume was he done. You know what I'm saying? Let me hear y'all. Let's see. Tio, a two-time Lidio champion. Crazy. He said, get off Tio's nuts. Get off my nuts. You know what I'm saying? When you get off my nuts, I get off Tio's nuts. Now you're thinking about Tio's nuts. All right. Okay. I guess Matias beats the brakes off. Yeah, he can't even be, man. Who he beat the brakes off? Who he beat? What? Samuel F. Because you always come to my chat to hate. Who is the best win for Subriel Matias? Can you tell us? Or just tell us the best win. Just tell us the best one. I let you rock for months and months and months. You come out here, you hate all day, right? So at least now that I'm speaking to you, at least tell us what was the best one for Subriel Matias? What's his best one? I want to hear this. Why Subriel Matias fans don't just say who's the best, what the best victory? That mean, yo, it's nobody likes to say that. I don't. So what is it? Is it hype? Is it hype? Subriel has destroyed everything. Who has he destroyed? Luis Hernandez. Who? Who? Luis Hernandez, can you answer the question? Because other Subriel Matias fans doesn't have the statistical fortitude to answer the question. Who did Matias beat? Yo, come on, man. I've been here for an hour, bro. Yo, I've been asking this question. Come on, Subriel Matias fans. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Who has he beaten? He said out of the 20. Who? Yeah, out of the 20. Who is he beat? Yes, Luis Hernandez. Yes. Who? Who is the guy? Who was the guy that made him special? Who is the guy that you'd be like, oh my God, this is the man? Ponce was the man that said that you gonna say, wow. Oh my God, Matias need to fight Brandon Lee. Nah. Brandon Lee, shout out to Brandon Lee, but Brandon Lee is manufacturer as well. Guido.
Dímelo, mi mano, ¿cómo estás?
Guido, long time no see. Dímelo, mi hermano. ¿Qué es lo que
been a long time, man.
Mira, la gente se están quillando. Ever since that I'm talking about Subriel Matias, assessing him, probably they see it as a criticizing. I see it as truth. They say that it got to be Dominicans hating Puerto Ricans. What do you feel about that, Guido?
Ah, man, that's complicado. It's complicated. I'm gonna tell you the truth because I like Matias' style. I really do. I think he brings a lot of excitement to the sport of boxing, and we need somebody like that. You know, this guy got a body in his resume. You know, people's like, oh, he's a killer. You know what I'm saying? So I like Matias a lot, but I don't think, like you say, he hasn't fought nobody, and that's the facts. You know, he needs to fight top fighters to improve himself. But you to say, oh, he's gonna beat Tio, I feel like that's a little disrespectful because Tio has fought the best fighters, like Lemachenko. You know what I'm saying? Like Josh Taylor, where everybody count him out. You remember, a lot of people thought Josh Taylor was gonna beat him.
Yeah.
They said Matias was too weak, mentally
Mhm,
weak to fight. Josh said, look what he did, blew him out the water.
mhm.
So I don't know, man. Like I said, I do like Matias. You know what I'm saying? I
And
do
guess
like his
what?
style a lot. Yeah.
And this is the issue that I have with people. I say, you
Hmm.
know why I like Matias? I said it since day one. I said I like Matias because he could captivate the Puerto Rican fan base that has been needed. The Puerto Rican fan base haven't been what they've been in a long time because Puerto Rican boxing hasn't been where it's been
Yeah.
for a long time. So
Hmm.
I said a lot of people has lost confidence in Edgar Berlanga throughout the couple of years, right? Sanders Zayas is still young; he hasn't really stepped up. So Subriel Matias, I said the Puerto Ricans need Subriel Matias. I want to see that action. I'm from New York City.
Hmm.
Even me and
Yep.
being a Dominican, we know that the Puerto Ricans got it locked down when it comes to boxing.
Claro.
Boxing.
Uh-huh.
So why would anybody even say that? Oh, you just speaking like that because Dominican? No, I got a lot of love for Puerto Rican boxing. Huh? Dominicans wasn't really a thing in boxing like that. So we adopted. We're like, el apoyo de nosotros goes to Puerto Rico.
Claro. Uh-huh.
You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what? And you know what I think it is. You know, Dominican, Puerto Rican, they always got competition with each other. Whether it's
But
the
in
music,
baseball,
whether it's baseball, but it's a little bit. Even with the women's, you know that, bro.
las mujeres. Eso es lo que yo
Hasta las
dije.
mujeres se tiran,
Eso
tú
es lo que.
sabes, mi ma.
So that's what it is that some of them are maybe jealous or maybe mad
Yeah.
because la mamá de ellos dejaron el puertorriqueño, el hombre, and they got with the
Uh-huh.
Dominican man. Or vice
Yeah,
versa.
that's true.
Or
Hey,
vice
my
or,
father's Dominican, bro. My father's Dominican, and my mom's Puerto Rican. I'm telling you, I'm being honest with you, bro. That's what I'm
ah,
telling you. But I always felt more Dominican because I was grew up on my father's side. But I
mm,
tell people I'm half Puerto Rican too. You know what I'm saying?
ves,
Yo, pero mi
so we
corazón más dominicano, tú sabes. But
So that's a
yeah,
Guido is half Puerto Rican, half Dominican, so he knows what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Mama Puerto Rican, daddy Dominican. Jermaine Ortiz, mama Dominican, daddy Puerto Rican. Is it that a thing? Because in our community, there's always a relationship of Dominican and Puerto Rican is everywhere. It just is a normal thing.
claro. Like, so Hispano, we Latino at the end of the day, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We just right next to each other too. So it's a lot of stupid shit, you know. There's always a lot of dumb shit in the Spanish community, bro. You know that.
Yeah, but
But
when it comes to
yeah,
boxing, I never heard it in boxing because, of course, Dominicans really never been that. I mean, in recent, in a couple of years, we did have more champions for the first time than Puerto Rico, but even nobody was being braggadocious about it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was being braggadocious about it. I think
there's
that
no
Puerto
doubt.
Rican boxing is going to emerge again. I
I
think so.
want I want Puerto Rican boxing to come
I mean,
alive. Shit, they bring
exactly,
all the fucking fans in Madison
exactly.
Square Garden,
Thank you.
in the parade and everything.
Thank
Shit,
you.
we
Have
need
you
that in boxing.
have you
Yeah.
but this is what I also said. I said that Subriel Matias hasn't captivated the imagination, the emotions of the Puerto Rican fan base up to now. He's been a professional for almost for 2015, almost going to be 10 years,
Hmm.
because he really doesn't go out there really representing with the flag and really being adamant about him being Puerto Rican like Edgar Berlanga has done, like Xander Zayas. Do you see what I see or
No, no, no.
think?
I agree with you because I've been noticing like, damn, why they putting him in the West Coast? They putting him in California. Y no hay mucho boricua allá. It don't make sense. At least you could put him at least in Florida, New York. You know what I'm saying? Where there's a lot of Puerto
Philly,
Ricans. Y
Philly,
también,
Boston.
espérate, y está entrenando allá en México. You know what
Now,
I'm saying?
y
I
eso lo
think
que,
there's something going on in Puerto Rico because I did my research
uh-huh.
and he grew up in the rough streets in Puerto Rico. You know how crazy it is over there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the thing is, his brother got killed. He's been on a criminal lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I think that has something to do with it. I don't know. I could be wrong. But
Now,
if
see that.
everybody knows how the island is, sometimes it get crazy.
Oh, of course, we all know. I've been to Puerto Rico and stuff like that. So I think, and then you know what? I started thinking about that. I think that's. Hold on, let me put the. Hold on, let me put the link. I said, that's what it got to be something. Maybe something happened in Puerto Rico that that he doesn't want to represent it like that. Like, yeah, he know he from Puerto Rico, he's Puerto Rican, but como he doesn't have to. And we're talking boxing. Think about it. Think about it. If all right, think about it. If if Teofimo Lopez was Mexican, let's just say that,
Uh-huh.
because nobody in the 140 is really Mexican except Cepeda and stuff like that. But let's say anybody. Well, let's say Teofimo Lopez is Mexican,
Yeah.
and then they're talking that they're about to fight. Teofimo Lopez could easily be like, "Hey, yo, man, this is a Mexican Puerto Rican rivalry. What are you doing in my country training? You need help from us. You can't get
Mm-hmm.
it in Puerto Rico." You know what I'm saying? He could the Mexican fighter could easily go at Subriel Matias. You come out to Mexican songs. Tú tienes vergüenza. Tú no ni tienes vergüenza. You don't even come to Bad Bunny ni nadie de eso. You're not a real Puerto Rican. You ashamed of being Puerto Rican. Can you imagine a Mexican say that?
That's crazy.
That'd be crazy,
Es
right?
una vergüenza, mi man.
Yo,
Pero yo,
when I
yeah,
went to
yeah.
the fight, in November,
Uh-huh.
and Subriel Matias, because I'm hyped. I had a interview
Uh-huh.
with Mill City before that the week before the fight, so I'm hyped. And I told Subriel Matias, what you need to do is call out everybody, right? But when he came out with the Mexican song, I'm like, como me, I'm not Puerto Rican, but you know what I'm saying? I'm supporting him. Como eso me quito el ánimo. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's this? Like, what? Come on, bro. This is, what is this, man? It doesn't even go together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm starting thinking about that lately. Something happened in Puerto Rico that I don't think he like it out there that
Do
much.
you think, I want to ask you, because I'm just speculating at this time. You think it has to do with his color, that he's dark skinned? And, they got a little colorism over there. Maybe he feels like, you know what, fuck you. You guys don't
Nah,
love
yo
me.
respeto a Trinidad,
I mean,
bro.
I'm just speculating. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Nah,
just like thinking, well, what's
you
the
know,
reason why? It could be other reasons,
Now you know why? Because the best Puerto Ricans really has been Trigueñito, has been with Frei
Yeah,
Benitez, have been
yeah.
what you call it, Afro Latino, if people want to call it
Sí,
like that.
son trillanitos, pero él es negro. You see what I'm saying? Él es como, como, se ve I love all the fighters, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's how I see it. Like, they don't look at him like, oh, he's one of us because he's too dark. You know what I mean?
But
I
what
don't
was
know.
the
I'm speculating, bro.
oh, I understand the colorism in the island and stuff like that, but I don't think so with Subriel. I really do think that Subriel Matias really hasn't incorporated himself in fighting in where Puerto Rican, the region of in this country where the Puerto Ricans is at. You gotta isn't his manager or his promoter from Puerto Rico? I think so.
see,
Why
I'm
would
not
you
sure.
have why would you have Subriel Matias? And he started his career, yes, in Puerto Rico and fighting in Puerto Rico. But I'm just saying now when Subriel Matias' name has emerged in the boxing world, I ain't talking about hey, even Devin Haney fought his first 15 fights in Mexico. That shit don't count. So that shit that don't count for Subriel Matias that he started in Puerto Rico. But now when you do have a name and it's time to really understand who you are, because the people in New York and Philly and Boston don't know who you are and stuff like that on the East Coast. Why do they have them performing in the East in the West Coast? Why in Minnesota? If Subriel Matias is this hot commodity in Puerto Rico, like Edgar Berlanga, they had him in the Hulu Theater. They even put him in Florida. They put him in the region where he's going to succeed, where his fans is going to come out. You know what I'm saying? They put Xander Zayas in the undercard of Teofimo Lopez when he performs in New York, on the undercard of Edgar Berlanga, because he knows they want him to fight with their people. But Subriel Matias is not fighting in front of his people. That's why it's taking a long time for him to emerge.
And
Rocky
plus, and I was
Rodriguez,
gonna
it
ask
says
you.
device is
Yeah.
not connected. Rocky Rodriguez says device not connected on my end. So try to hop back in.
¿Tú me oyes?
Yeah.
No, no. I was gonna ask you. Maybe you think it has to do with marketing, that the Mexican fan base bring a lot of money. Maybe he's trying to adopt that culture to more Mexican fan base, go behind him. That he got a fun style. He got a good funny style. You know what I'm saying? What you think?
But wouldn't that be the shit for
Yeah,
the
I
Puerto
know.
Ricans?
I
That
know.
would. You know what I'm saying?
Because they got a rivalry in boxing.
I think that maybe when you're training and when you're training you there in camp, right? He's fighting. He's been active, so he's been in Mexico. I remember Panda said that he been in Mexico the whole 6 months. He hasn't even been with his family and stuff like that. So he's with the Mexican culture more. When you coming out with Mexican songs, it seems like the Puerto Rican thing is like is you
It's
know
fading away. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I think
I don't
I,
know. I don't know.
I think he's trying to get more fans. That's what I think. And top of that, he's training in the high altitude, so maybe that helps him a lot with his lungs to perform. Maybe
Maybe
that have to do with it.
I mean, look, training is one thing. Having your training and stuff like that. I remember when he first started. I think that he had a Puerto Rican trainer. I don't know what he did with that. I don't know if he had problem with them or there was some contract issues or whatever. But I'm just saying that in boxing, you got their Mexican Puerto Rican tradition. Can you imagine if Canelo Alvarez? No, no. Let's give another. What's another rivalry in boxing? What's another rivalry in boxing that is like
What about
nation?
Mexicans versus Filipino? That's another good rivalry.
Okay, I mean, if
It's
Manny
like that's
Pacquiao
like
would
Manny
be
Pacquiao. Yeah, there you go.
training in Mexico,
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
how would the Filipino people feel?
Como uno traicionero.
How would
Eso
all
es
right?
true.
How would if Morales said, "I love to train in the Philippines," and he's getting ready for Manny Pacquiao? I mean, I just like Philippines. I like, and my trainer is from the Philippines. How would the Mexican and that's a rivalry? That's a rivalry. Now, oh yeah, Uwe training out there in Mexico, the Japanese and Mexican rivalry. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just say it like that. I think that's why it's taking a long. That's why it's taking long. That's my opinion. That's why it's taking long for Subriel Matias. Y'all is speculating, brother. Subriel said before that his manager and trainer. Hold on. All right. VJ Beat says, y'all speculating, brothers. Subriel, that's why we're here for. And we don't know all the answers. That's why I'm talking. Y'all speculating, brother. Subriel said before that his manager and trainer sent him to Mexico because Subriel was too distracted in Puerto Rico and was drinking, smoking, and sleeping late and not training. Okay. There's people that's distracted at home and they will go to to Colorado Springs. Um, Shakur Stevenson, he's from Jersey. He'll go to Houston to train. Who else? Demetrius Andre, he's from Providence. He went to California to train. Manny Pacquiao trains in California. Lomachenko trains in California. Okay, we can understand that, but I'm just saying that Mexico is the rivalry of Puerto Rico. So why would you want to send? Why? Okay, send them to train in New York. Train them training in Florida. How about Colorado? Why to the rivalry Mexico? Huh? I don't know.
And
Still,
you know what,
no,
Franz, we need more people to come through to speak
I
their
send the
mind.
link. I
Yeah,
send the link.
and
They
they
don't
need
want
to
to.
have the balls to at least talk. You know what I'm saying? Don't be
Yeah,
scared to talk. Just
yeah,
talk what you speak in your mind. You know,
yeah.
don't be afraid.
VJ Beats. If you want to come through, go on. Send the link again. Tell me, cause I'm
Yeah,
I'm not
mándale link porque ¿qué? Vamos a hablar, somos latinos, coño, ¿qué? ¿Qué mierda ustedes tienen? Pues móntase aquí, ¿qué?
because
Oh, pues
in the
más
end of because in the end of the day, even when he's saying, even by saying you're speculating, brother Subriel said before the manager and trainer sent him to Mexico because Subriel was too distracted in Puerto Rico and was drinking and smoking and sleeping late and not training. If it's all of that, still, I'm saying he hasn't captivate the Puerto Rican fan base like he should. His promotional company, all right, train in Mexico, but why you fighting in the West Coast? That's still not the excuse. You're still not giving me. You're still not. You're valid. You're validating what my thoughts. Okay, train in Mexico. Why you're not fighting in New York? Why you're not fighting in Madison Square Garden? Even in the Hulu Theater, in the Barclays Center. Why you have not fought in Philadelphia where there's a lot of Puerto Ricans? Why you have not fight in Boston when there is a lot of Puerto Ricans? Why you're not in the region? So the people, so the New Yorkers, the Philly Ricans, the Puerto Ricans that was born here, you know what I'm saying? That's the support. That's the support of Tito, of Cotto. Cotto was fighting here. Rocky Rodriguez in the building. What's good, man?
Dímelo, Punch. ¿Me
Dímelo, dímelo.
oye?
Sí, te oigo muy bien.
Saludos.
Tigre. Saludo, saludo. Tigre, you tripping. Tigre.
Tell me what I'm tripping about.
Because you acting like, okay, Subriel, we know he's coming up. Yes, he's a champion, but of course he has to prove himself. Nobody's getting ahead of their bridges. We need to see him in there with the top guys at 140. But he's getting the support now because he has been in there showing what he can do. You get me? Okay, you disagree with Ponce. I think Ponce was a tough guy. Ergashev was a tough guy. The guy, rest in peace, Max, I don't remember his last name, that he fought that was also undefeated, that, lost his life, rest in peace. But he's fighting tough dudes and coming up. And I think that he wasn't getting that support because nobody knew he was that good. But what say you?
But I'm saying, you said give him time. He's 32 years old. That's one. I'm just saying, look, I'm saying let's keep the same energy when it comes to criticism and praise and calling people special and people dissecting people's resume. If we, the community, could dissect Gervonta Tank Davis' resume from every other boxing content creator or independent media, the day that we dissect Subriel Matias' resume and we find that this resume is not really, it does not translate to the hype that he gets, then it is what it is. How many times, okay, Rocky, how many times you heard that Gervonta Tank Davis' resume is not up to par?
No, 100%. I'm not going to argue with that, but he had opportunity. Subriel didn't have those opportunities. I guarantee you, if you would have offered him some of them fights that Tank Davis got, he would have taken them. We know that boxing is political at the end of the day. We're tough on Tank and a lot of the guys coming up because we've been watching them since they had very little fights. But let's be real, nobody was watching Subriel until he made a splash and just kept fucking winning.
What was a splash?
Again, it was I'm gonna tell you the truth. The truth was the splash was Ponce. That was the splash.
So
even though Max was a we a little bit hurt, but Ponce, because that was a barn burner, and then oh shit, this guy. Then you went back and did your homework. That's what happened with him.
So the splash was Ponce, but I also said Ponce. I said Ponce came off fighting a guy that was 23-20. Matias fighting this guy for the vacant title. Am I right?
Absolutely.
So that right there tells you that it is a manufactured fight. Nobody will get nobody just gets a final elimination bout by beating up a guy that's 23-20. Nobody gets a title fight right after that.
You can call it that, but at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. Let's see what he does going forward, because there's a such thing as an eye test. We could look at we could do resume, blah blah blah, but there's such thing as an eye test. At the end of the day, we all watch boxing. I know what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a tough guy with good stamina who's pressuring. Okay, he looks good and he's beat. So yeah, you're right. On paper, you're right, but that's why we want to see what he does. Paro is a good fight, yes or no?
Yeah, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. That's a good fight for Subriel Matias. But when it's time, when it's time to compare him to Tio and Haney, then it's not a great fight in the eyes of the fan bases of them or boxing personnel. Remember, Subriel Matias started his career first than these guys. Subriel Matias is older than these guys, and they just came into his division. T.O. beat Josh Taylor, and Devin Haney beat Regis Prograis. Now, that's his management fault if they didn't put him in the situation to do what he was projected to do. But all I know is, though, that he did get an opportunity February 8th to unify the title with Teofimo Lopez, and he was not ready.
He was no ready. You gotta his hair. Oh, la mano estaba, you know what I'm saying? But no, listen, he was no ready. But I'm not arguing with that punch. The only thing I'm arguing with you is I think that is premature. We got to see where he goes from here. Now, if he beat Paro and he don't go in there with what's Africa with what's the kid who just beats the Pera. If he don't go in there with him, if he don't go in there with Devin Haney, if he still don't want Theo, already, then I can't defend him. You get me? But right now, I think you got to give him. I think that what I'm saying is PBC didn't believe in him. Puerto Rico did not believe in him. Nobody believed in him.
Right there. Wait right there, my friend. What did you say right there?
No. La verdad, Puerto Rico did not believe in him. But look,
that's what I'm saying.
Pero, espérate. Tito Trinidad también. Tito Trinidad beat Camacho. He beat so many good dudes on the way up. Nobody believed in him until he beat De La Hoya, which was a close fight. You gotta give.
They didn't believe in him after beating Camacho, the Puerto Rican, the New York Rican superstar.
No, Tito wasn't that big. I mean, he was that, but he didn't become a superstar until he kept proving himself.
Bro, he became a superstar to get the Oscar De La Hoya fight. He was already a superstar to get the Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah, that was 1999. Tito was putting work since 1996, 1995.
People was believing in Tito, just like and don't keep promoting. The problem with Tito was that people saw that. Hold on, let me. Yeah, but I didn't see Mill City was trying to get on. Hold on. The issue is that in certain fights with Tito Trinidad was getting dropped. They seen a lot of vulnerabilities in Tito Trinidad. That's what it was. It wasn't really about anything else. There was vulnerability, but in that time, everybody has some vulnerability. Oscar De La Hoya got dropped in his career before as well. People was getting dropped. It was nothing in boxing like that, but people did have at a certain point of his career, people did trust Tito Trinidad. That's why he became a star. And the thing is, at this point, even at the age of 32, you can't even compare. When people say that he's gonna be like Tito Trinidad, this guy's not even. He's not even close. Even with the Liam Paru, if he beats Liam Paru, he's still not even close. You know why? Because in that respected division that you in right now, there's other people that's done something special. Until you do something special, then I could say you're a special fighter. That resume needs to at least align itself with these other fighters. Right now,
I agree.
Is more hype. Right now is more hype, and he's passing the eye test. I love it. I love that. As a matter of fact, to be honest, I didn't even want him to fight Teofimo Lopez. I wanted him to fight Teofimo Lopez in Madison Square Garden 2025. I want Subriel Matias to captivate the Puerto Rican fan base. I'm from New York. I wanted to be sold out. I know how it could get for Subriel Matias. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to start comparing and say this guy could beat this guy. Nah, he hasn't even been an opponent. And where I'm like, you know what? He hasn't surprised me. He hasn't pitched. He hasn't done anything for me to be like, woo. All I see is the Puerto Rican fan base and what he could do for the Puerto Rican fan base.
Nah, I hear your argument, Punch, and real quick, I hear your argument, and thank you for having me on, man. I appreciate you letting me, spar with you a little bit, and I'm gonna keep listening on YouTube. But you already know, man.
All right, brother. Good looking now.
All right.
Bueno, ya tú sabes, Punch. Yo tengo que irme, tú sabes, cortarme los pelos, como va a salir ahorita. Pero it's good talking with you. It's been a long time.
Who's cutting your hair? Who's the best barbers out here?
Los dominicanos, tú lo sabes, manito. Everybody, hey. Oh, yo, that's the truth. Everybody knows that. That
No,
there's
no,
no
no, no, no.
debate to that.
If you be like that the best barbers ain't Dominicans, they gonna get mad. No, it's the Puerto Rican barbers and shit
No,
like
pero
that.
de verdad, not to say que Puerto Rican pues go ahead. Pero la mayoría son dominicanos aquí en Nueva York, in the Bronx, in Manhattan. But nah, bro, like I said, I like Matias. You know, I love Matias, but he needs to fight more. He needs to prove himself. You know, and I'm glad, like you said, because I feel the same way. I don't want him to fight Tio right now. I want him to get the hot marketing. That way, when it's time to fight, everybody gonna buy the fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see. But I understand. You out. So peace out, my brother.
Como?
Oh, I thought that you was gonna time on.
Yeah, about to. I'm just. Ya tú sabes que me cuide, ¿oíste?
All right,
Good. Thanks for letting me on, bro.
all right, my brother.
Take care. All right, bro. Take care.
Again, I would like to see Subriel Matias and Teofimo Lopez at the hottest. I know what New York City could be. I know it. I know what it could be if Subriel Matias keep doing what he's doing. I understand why his team did what they did. I understand it, folks. What's good, Charles at the Cheese? Guess in the building. Guess so in the building. Hey, y'all had to talk about this, man. Every time I talk about Subriel Matias, there has to be a number of my fellow Puerto Ricans, my fellow beloved Puerto Ricans, trying to say that it's because I'm Dominican that I'm speaking like this about Subriel Matias. It's no fair. It's no good. It's no right. It's no right, my friend. It's no right. Ask me who you think will be Subriel Matias or Michel Rivera? Who I think is going to win? As of right now, even Michel Rivera has beaten an ex-world champion. Even Michel Rivera has beaten an ex-world champion in the same division that they're campaigning in Sergey Lipinets. Huh? But you will favorite Subriel Matias. You will favor Subriel Matias, right? Call Tio Pan, ask him if he wants to be great and unify. Man, you asking him if he wants to be great? Bang, bang, boogie. Bam, bam, boogie. Come on, bam, bam, boogie. Come on, bam. Mill City Boxing in the building. Fellow Puerto Rican.
Dime,
Boricua in the building.
pa' que lo sepin.
All right, all right, all right, Mill City. So I don't know if you've been listening on. So we talked
I just
about.
got in, bro. I was just at the gym. I'm sorry.
All right, so Subriel. So look, man, you Puerto Rican. You're from the hood. I'm Dominican. Mix probably you have a bunch of Dominicans in your family, and I have a bunch of Puerto Ricans in my family and stuff like that. That's the way it is. It is the way it is. We're like brothers, right? The Puerto Rican Dominicans are like brothers. You know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, what you think if there's an issue between Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, the only issue that not even I see as a competitive thing when it comes to baseball, but I never heard about Dominicans hating on Puerto Ricans in boxing because I feel like Dominicans have adopted Puerto Rican as our own, or they have adopted the fan base. Like we lo apoyamos a ustedes because we didn't have nothing in boxing. So, what do you feel? Do you feel like there's a hate with Puerto Rican and Dominican when it comes to boxing?
I don't know if it's a hate, but it's definitely like anything else. You like, you know, you like mango, but you gotta say you like mofongo.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like you like it. You like the way they fight. They're Latinos. You gotta support a Latino. Obviously, I feel like also like Puerto Ricans, like I feel like we're kind of a little bit more marketable in the U.S. New York City. I feel like they come out for Puerto Rican boxing. What do you, I could ask you a question like how do New York Dominicans come out for their fighters when they get that opportunity?
In New York, to be honest, I haven't really seen in New York, but they don't come out like that because I think boxing never was a major sport in Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying? The programs, they don't pump in the money into the amateur program like that. They was talking about that shit last year as well. That they trying to put more money in the Dominican program and things of that nature, but it's not. That's not a sport. That's not a sport that people just sit around and watch in Dominican Republic and things of that nature. But when it comes to, the Puerto Ricans, since we have a relatable, like a cousin brother type of relationship, when Trinidad is out there in Coto, the Dominicans out here in New York is supporting their fellow Tito Trinidad and Coto. It's always been like that because the Dominican boxing was never a thing for us.
What about this?
Guzman, did he get a lot of support? Guzman didn't get a lot of support. Jason Rosario out there in Philly, it was a homecoming fight for J Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Right.
wasn't even Felix Diaz, the gold medalist when he fought Bud Crawford. It wasn't a big thing
But
for
what
Dominican.
about guys that have champions that have made money in the sport that they could go bring back and and help the community type of shit? Like,
Nobody, nobody.
so that where's the faith? If you don't have nobody, where's the faith?
Hmm.
And that's sad. That
It
that
is.
and I think that if you and I understand why you made your show because it goes in deeper than that. You know.
I'm gonna tell you what a manager told me. I ain't gonna say his name. A manager in the sport of boxing told me because I be trying to help out. And you know what's funny though? You know what's funny? Matter of fact, I had to sidetrack on this one. He's fighting El Puma. When I was hooking up, Kid Austin is fighting El Puma.
Yeah.
When I was hooking up, Hendry Cedeno Martinez and Eddie Cedeno Martinez to get signed, and they got signed. Eddie's with King's Promotion, and Hendry did sign with Kenny Porter, right? There was this other guy that people was telling me like hook up. They say I'm El Puma, but he's a knucklehead though. You know what I'm saying? He's just a knucklehead. We don't know if he gets in trouble. It's not good. So I left that one alone because the people in DR was telling me that he was a knucklehead. But now that I'm like, oh shit, this was the guy that everybody was telling me to hook up over here. But anyway, um,
But the rivalry goes off past boxing, and is getting rubbed into boxing because, right now the Dominicans are making a lot of noise in boxing, whether they touch a title shot or they touch a title, they're in the top. There's some guys in the top 10, man. They're out there.
exactly. So is it that is it this? You're Puerto Rican. Is it that in Puerto Rican in Puerto Rican and Dominican, there's always this competitive in baseball. There's competitive within our own community with even women and men. Who's better, the Puerto Rican girl or the Dominican girl? You know what I'm saying? It's also that who's the better barber? Who's this? It's always this, but it's always a positive thing. And now that the Puerto Ricans do see that they're not what they
To
feel they
stop
did.
you to
Go
stop
ahead.
you right there real quick, just to add something to what you just said, right?
Mhm.
And when it comes, I'm Boston, right? You New York. You guys touched a lot of World Series. We touched a lot of World Series. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So we know how it is when you're in there World Series. Now we have a rivalry as far as New York and Boston is concerned, right? But
Mhm.
yo, the rivalry when DRP plays PR is a different level.
Yep.
It's a different level when
It
we
is a Boston Yankee type of shit. It is a competitive. Is
grande,
everybody's
loco,
talking about it.
grande.
Is big. So you think because now in boxing, since Puerto Rico has held it down for decades and decades, and now the emerge of Dominicans, do you feel like there's some type of Diablo, ahora mira los dominicanos coming to our world now and trying to make some noise? Do you feel there's some ignorant Puerto Ricans because of the comments I've been getting lately? If I go and criticize or hold them accountable or look at his resume, Subriel Matias. They translate that into, oh, you're hating Puerto Rico instead of just saying, man, you just talking about Subriel Matias. Why is turning into a Puerto Rican thing?
No sé, maybe
Because I know
this
when I
is
made that video about Edgar Berlanga, when I said in the club, mira, sácate de ahí del club. Tú tienes que estar en el fucking training and stuff like that. I ain't never had no message saying, hey, yo, Punch, why you hating on Puerto Rico?
you know, yo, Puerto Rico and boxing, you said it. It goes on for since the beginning, man. When you talk about guys like Sugar Ray Leonard and everybody saying, yo, that's my favorite boxer, you know what I mean? Like you had Wilfredo Benitez,
Fred
you had
Gomez.
some guys that, you know what I mean, really made noise as well that were Puerto Rican. Um, I just feel like we proud people.
Mm.
I feel like we gang real quick. You know what I'm saying? We gang real quick. And that's just what it is. It's sad to see that you gotta deal with those comments. I feel bad, but it comes with the nature of YouTube and the sport. You know, if you say you direct comments upon their favorite fighter, they're gonna come at you, bro. That's just what it is. You know,
Oh
they
yeah,
come.
I like it. They could come. Yeah, yes. Tell me how much you
Mi
don't like what
hermano,
I'm saying.
mi hermano, me not ready.
He's not ready for Teofimo Lopez.
Es que you're good for the sport. You're good for the sport. Like, but hey, you cause controversy. There's times I do too. This is a sport that's controversial. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad. You know what I'm saying? And you're making the Teofimo Lopez and Subriel Matias fight even bigger. Um, but is it one thing that you scared that, you know what I mean, Devin gonna get the shot before Tio?
With
So you
Supreme
go
Matias, I think so.
so you pushing it heavy?
I think that Devin Haney is in position because also Supreme Matias is in position to get Devin Haney quicker because he's with the zone and stuff like that. So that makes more sense
Right,
business wise.
but you seen Eddie.
But I don't see but boxing business sense. If Subriel Matias does what I've been saying since day one that I want him to do, even when we was talking to Subriel, when you invited me to talk to Subriel Matias on your channel, right? What I want him to captivate the Puerto Rican fan base. He hasn't been out here, right? He hasn't been on this side. He hasn't tapped into the Puerto Ricans in New York and in Boston and Philly and stuff like that. I think the easiest fight to make and will be a big fight is Haney and Matias because they're on the zone. But the boxing in general will be Teofimo Lopez and Subriel Matias in Madison Square Garden. But he has to captivate that fan base. Like it's all cool that
But
they're
in
thinking about
detail
putting
though,
Subriel Matias.
but in detail, but in real detail, when you say that it makes more sense when you got Eddie Hearn saying, please, Teofimo Lopez, please fight Subriel Matias. And knowing that you got your ace, his ace is Devin Haney. Why would I why wouldn't I try to make the biggest fight for my pocket and for Devin Haney and put Teo in the limelight first?
I
And
think
if
that I think Eddie Hearn is capping though.
he got base. I mean, you think he's capping?
Eddie Hearn? Oh, he's capping
Yeah,
100%. I think he's capping 100% because he could easily make that, especially now that he's working with Top Rank. He could easily just pitch that to Top Rank.
but he talks superly highly of the Teal and Haney fight.
If but think about it, if the
Like he don't
rumors,
down shit. Like some of these promoters, they be down and shit. That way, the shit don't pick up steam or some shit. You know?
I don't think he downplays the fight, and I think that he actually do got confident in Matias. I don't think that he's capping that he believed that Matias could beat Teofimo Lopez. That's
Yeah,
number
because
one.
he said he's a future pound for pound fighter. That's what he said.
Because remember, Teofimo Lopez actually lost to George Camboso on his card. So that was a surprise to him. So for Eddie Hearn, I don't think he looked at Teofimo Lopez like he used to before the George Camboso. So if put it this way: if George Kambosos could beat Tio,
I
he's looking
think
at it
Eddie's
like,
just trying to find the upset, bro. I think he's just trying to find the biggest upset that he could possibly find.
yeah. I think that he wouldn't put that fight on right now because he didn't even pitch that fight to a top rank. And if he just signed a what was it? What was it? 3 or 5 fight deal? Because there's some people that saying there was a 5 fight deal or a 3 fight deal. What was it? Do you know?
Panda said 5. I don't know why he made up a number named 5 if it wasn't 5.
So if it's a 5, if it's a 5 fight deal, it doesn't make boxing business sense that Eddie Hearn's gonna say like, okay, let's get Teofimo Lopez first. No, that's why I think they got the Liam Paro in Puerto Rico because he knows what he's trying to do. Just like he's trying to do with Edgar Berlanga. He signed Edgar Berlanga because he knows that Puerto Rican fan base is a gold mine. I know
Right.
he signed in Subriel Matias because also in that division that Subriel Matias is in, the money is there too. The money is there with Edgar Berlanga at 168 and the Puerto Rican fan base and the Puerto Rican fan base in 140. That's where the money is at. If you incorporate Gervonta Tank Davis into that 140 pound, you got Ryan, you got Devin, you got Tio. That's just money. So I think he's breaking up. So I think that is just smart for Eddie Hearn to put Subriel Matias. I'd rather have him fighting in New York than actually having him in Puerto Rico first.
I think.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
I think that.
Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like, smash that like, smash that like. Haney will school Matias. Dominicans own all the Spanish clubs in New York. Tio in 2025. I like that fight. Tio 2025. Hey yo, try to jump out and jump back in. Pause. You're breaking up like crazy, and you frozen. He froze. He don't see it. Yo, Punch. We out to Hong Kong, Tijuana. But yeah, man. There's no real beef with Dominicans and Puerto Ricans in boxing. This is just a couple of ignorant people that just can't handle when there's a criticism going on with their fighters and they're already going with the race card or whatever you want to call it. I think Subriel Matias is good for boxing. I think he got the style that excites the fan base. I think he got a selling pitch, in my opinion. You could sell him. You could keep on selling that. I know that Subriel Matias doesn't like it, but that's how they're gonna sell him. They're going to sell that he killed the man in the ring. When I spoke to Subriel Matias in Mill City Boxing, and I wanted to ask the question about how has he overcome mentally about that situation, he didn't want to touch base on that. Subriel Matias never want to touch base on that, but to be honest, the powers that be, the promoters, the marketers are going to use that you killed the man in the ring because right now, that's the highlight of Subriel Matias' career. The one that they try to push to a side for a while is not Bonse. It is not Bonse. It's not Herkachev, whatever you want to call it. The highlight of Subriel Matias' career is the guy that he killed in the ring. Puerto Rican fits in the Dominican 3 times, and Puerto Rico has more boxers. It is Puerto Rico is superior in boxing than Dominicans. We all know that. Dominicans don't even debate that. I will never debate that. But I never heard a Dominican debate that. Dominicans are just happy that they got right now where it's at. We're not used to having high ranked Dominican fighters and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? After Felix Diaz, that was what 2013, 2012, 14, something like that. Like what did we? No, that was Felix Diaz was 2016, I believe. 2016. There was nobody like to look and cheer for. You know what I'm saying? Yo.
My bad, bro.
Oh, so yeah, I was saying that there is no real Dominican Puerto Rican rivalry in the sport of boxing. It can be now because there's high ranked Dominican fighters. So there is, yes, a potential Elvis Rodriguez and Matias, a potential Matias and Rivera. Now, you know what I'm saying? So I believe this could be now the beginning. If there is going to be a rivalry, but a rivalry has to be that you win and you lose, you win, you lose, and there's some type of rivalry there. And I think it'll be a healthy one. I think it'll be a healthy one. Matias don't talk a lot of shit. Rivera don't talk a lot of shit. I know his father been talking shit. Shout out to Michelle Rivera's dad. But even though I like the shit talk, but I like the video that he actually did make. He was like, "Yo, even I'm saying what even Dominicans know that Puerto Ricans is superior. Basically, that's not the argument because he's getting the same type of comments I'm getting, in terms of, oh, you don't hate Matias because you put because y'all Dominican. Nah, come on, stop it. Stop it. This was all about Subriel Matias and the potential fight they had with Teofimo Lopez and saying this guy is way better and is going to do this and going to do that. But these guys have done the work. For me, I could say that Tio is special. I could say that Devin Haney is special. Not even I don't even consider Devin Haney special. I just feel like he's at the right place at the right time with some good wins, and his skill set is up to par. You know what I'm saying? He's a very smart fighter. But to compare what they have done and Matias has done, Matias, in my opinion, is still he passes the eye test. When these guys already done it. What you feel? You was talking about it yesterday on your show, or the day before yesterday.
Yesterday. You know, if you really like boxing, like that a lot of guys that are not ranked, there's a lot of guys that are good that don't get to ever be in the top 20, in the top 30. You know what I mean? They could be good, you know what I mean? Like look at my boy Rashidi Ellis. Like he was in the top 16, top 5, top 16. Yeah, he was in the top 16, lost to Villa, and now he's in the Combat League, and he's out of the rankings. He's not even in the top 20.
Rashidi Ellis is in the Combat League?
He's in the Combat League.
Oh, yeah.
That PBC dropped him.
Well, PBC is dropping everybody. PBC is dropping everybody, but it's not. It's. I told these people a couple of years ago. Like people was like, "Oh, yo, but this guy left with Michel Rivera." Well, first of all, Michel Rivera lost to Frank Martin. People got to understand in boxing, in your contract, it doesn't matter if it says 5 fights, 4 years. If you lose in that contract, it says that I could drop you. You know what I'm saying? So,
like even the last dude that Martin fought, right? If this dude, nobody knew, he didn't fight nobody, right? But if he didn't have that bronze medalist, like if he wasn't a bronze medalist, we wouldn't have, we would have been like, yo, he's a bum. Frank Martin just fought a bum. Now he's fighting Tank Davis. How did he get the opportunity? This and that. But it is what
and
it is.
also just because he signed with his new promotional deal, that doesn't mean that Al Heyman is still not an advisor to Michel Rivera or even a manager to Michel Rivera. Let's not forget that Daniel Jacobs went to the zone and Mikey Garcia went to the zone. They still dealing with Al Heyman. Sergey Derevchenko went to the zone. Andy Ruiz went to the zone and stuff like that. He was still part of their business. But yeah, man, I think Subriel Matias, look, I think he's great for boxing. I think his entertainment value is up to par. I think the Puerto Rican fan base and where they at and where they need to be at, in terms of what they're used to being at. Amanda Serrano been holding it down for Puerto Rican boxing, in my opinion. I think they got to think outside the box as well. If they saw Amanda Serrano, their manager should have been like, can we have Matias in this show? You know what I'm saying? Got to be creative like that. That would have been even more of a thing.
Nah, I hear you. I just think that this 5-fight deal, this 5-fight deal, like you said, like another thing that you said something about. It's like Berlanga. Berlanga didn't get a 5-fight deal. Berlanga got a 3-fight deal.
I think it was it's just it said a multi-fight deal.
Yeah, he had Jason Quigley, right?
He got Quigley.
That's how he started.
He had this one that just passed, and
McCory, and now aiming for what? The Canelo fight.
the Canelo. I mean, he's in precision.
So Eddie Hearn is what? Is he trying to make money? Like he's trying to make money with Edgar. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the thing. Like I always tell people, like when you deal with managers, and the manager should be asking you this: what do you want in boxing? You want to be a world champion, or do you want to make money? Those are the two main things. And Berlanga said, "I want that Canelo fight."
He want to make money, and the thing is, but the thing is, he's in precision because now he's a WBO in mandatory precision. Even though that they're not going to do that fight because he just fought John Ryder, you know, in May, so he doesn't have to fight. He doesn't have to fight no mandatory in the WBO, but he's already in position though. He's in position to make money, and in that 168-pound division, he's in position to make a whole lot of money if they mix and match it. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter if you win and lose, just put up a great fight and you good. You know what I'm saying? I think they should have put that Jaime Munguia and Edgar Berlanga first and win the fight Canelo Alvarez. That would have been better, but of course they didn't want to risk it. Who do you think would have won that fight, Jaime Munguia or Berlanga?
I think Jaime Munguia would have won. I think he's just way more educated. He's just way more educated, sound. His punch output's more, so that's a lot to deal with. That'll be a lot of pressure to deal with for Edgar, knowing that he's more of a rhythm type of a fighter, and at times, you could see that his coaches are really trying to like give him that rhythm. You know what I mean? Like I remember as a coach, some other coaches were telling me like, "Yo, let them do their own thing to see," and because he sees that I was trying to give them a rhythm. In the pads, like, force. Matter of fact, it was a white boy. So I'm trying to teach a white boy how to, have a little bit more, be more stylish.
A little un sazón, dale sazón.
Yeah. Like have some type of different type of movement, and yeah, I just feel like with Berlanga, I think that he lacks that type of stuff. And when you lack those type of stuff in the beginning of your stay, like this far, you're at this far. Like this is that's a big cherry pick for if anybody want to talk about a cherry pick, that's a cherry pick for Canelo.
So you feel like Canelo Alvarez is cherry picking Jaime Munguia?
I think Jaime Munguia is a more lucrative and way more competitive fight. I think he stops him, but if he doesn't stop him, you're looking at a rematch.
Rocky Rodríguez con los 5 pesos de Super Chari Chari Parique a comprar pizza con Coca-Cola. Gracias, Rocky Rodríguez.
Did you hear De La Hoya speak upon that?
I heard a couple of interviews and stuff like that, but I only heard the interview when he was talking about that he's gonna show that people doesn't want him to show up or whatever is his business. He's gonna show up no matter what. Yeah, rightfully so. Rightfully so. If you're gonna do business with Golden Boy Promotion, the Golden One gotta show up. Huh?
Yeah, that's what he said, yeah.
Who Canelo Alvarez think that he is? Who they think that he is? Yo, they forget who Oscar De La Hoya is, man. He was breaking jaws for a living. That's what I wish that Oscar De La Hoya talk more shit. Like, who you think? Oh, you're not allowed. Not allowed. I made you and you, motherfucker. I made you Munguia and I made you Canelo. And matter of fact, Al Heyman, I made you too. You used me so you could build that PBC. Matter of fact, all those people in PBC came from me. Yo, if I was Oscar De La Hoya, man, I'd be like, I think that's why Oscar De La Hoya is so laid back. Because everybody that's against him know the truth. Floyd Mayweather, you always talking shit about me. Let's not forget that when you left Top Rank, I was flipping the bill to your card. You was fighting under Golden Boy Promotions. Yeah, you was fighting under Golden Boy Promotions. Al Heyman, nobody was going to trust you unless you was going to work with me. Your credibility came from working with me, and that's why all your fighters that was a Golden Boy Promotions went to you. But if you never would have worked with me, and I never would have gave you that type of recommendation or that credibility, all these fighters was not going to go to a novice manager in boxing and Al Heyman, right? He put Munguia on, he put Canelo Alvarez on. If it wasn't for him signing with Golden Boy Promotions, you never would have gotten Shane Mosley. You would have never gotten Floyd Mayweather, and most certainly you never would have gotten Miguel Cotto. So these people, yo,
People forget though. People
people
forget.
forget.
Or they haven't been. Also, you got to give them a chance to. Some people haven't been around boxing that long either. We forget how old we are, bro. I think that's another thing. We forget how old we are.
But you haven't checked your analytics. It's not like you got a bunch of teenagers, a bunch of 25 and over.
Yo, facts.
Right?
Facts.
No
Yeah.
teenagers ain't watching boxing. It's that people like to forget. People like to stick to a certain narrative that caters that just caters to their argument. That's what it is. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's entertainment. I think you can get. That's another thing. You can. It don't matter what age you can get into the sport as a fan too.
And that's how I see this epic division. I see the thing
Especially
with
how sports is going. Everything is soft. Even boxing has softened. You know that too. Boxing's been soft too, as far as how some of these stoppages are and shit like that. Like we'll never see a Gotti and Mickey Ward fight ever in our life. Like we'll never see some shit like that ever again.
depending who the ref. I think I like Steve Willis. If Steve Willis is the referee for certain fight, put it this way: mira the Keith Thurman and Josecito Lopez. If it was another ref, they would have stopped that fight. If it was another ref. If it was another ref, look at even Luis Ortiz versus Deontay Wilder in their first fight when Luis Ortiz was putting it on them and he was beating them from pillar to post. Another referee would have stopped it. Another referee would have stopped the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. The first one when he got laid out flat on his back and his eyes closed. Another referee would have got down on his knees, take the mouthpiece off his mouth so he could breathe right away. But there's certain fights where the referee does give a chance and they know the magnitude of the fight. They know the magnitude of the fight. What can Subriel Matias do in this fight? Let's give the three fight, the next three fight. Forget about the fight. Boxing. Five is saying it's too much. Even saying 2-3 fights because you never know what can happen in the sport of boxing. What 3 fights schedule that people will be like, the narrative, if it's a narrative that he hasn't fought nobody, that his resume is suspect, or he's a manufacturer, or he's hype, whatever, how would he erase each of those criticism? What would be the fights?
You would have to give it to. I don't think. I'm gonna be real with you. Devin Haney gets the credit for beating Regis Prograis. If Subriel Matias stops Regis Prograis, he don't even get the credit. I know this.
So you don't think that he should fight Regis Prograis?
I want that fight to happen because I wanna laugh at all the fans that go in and say, yeah, we knew this was gonna happen. Yeah, you're gonna beat him. This and that. Oh yeah. So I can't get the same energy, the Devin Haney energy. I can't get that.
Nah, I think, in my opinion, I think that would be a good fight. I would like that fight. You know what I'm saying? I wish it would have been next. I would like that fight. He's an ex-world champion. Second, he never been stopped. And the only 2 guys that he lost to was Devin Haney and Josh Taylor. And the Josh Taylor fight, there was people that also felt that it could have been a draw. People did want to see the rematch with Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor. So I understand it was one-sided with Regis Prograis and Devin Haney. But again, Devin Haney gives that opportunity that if you stop that opponent, you can separate yourself from Devin Haney. See, going 12, I say, look, again, I do. Some people may think I'm hating on Dev. I'm not hating on Dev. I just feel like Dev could have stopped Regis Prograis with the skills that he has and the way that he was beating him, but
Correct.
he just doesn't. He doesn't do it. He doesn't take that type of risk. He doesn't stay there long enough
Yeah,
to
but
actually
his dad,
manifest
his
that.
dad, his dad told him not to too. So it's not like even like who's to blame.
No,
You
yeah,
know,
I mean, it was a great performance, and I'm
we're
great.
trying to pay per view material. That's what we're trying to become, right? That's this is where it's supposed to be.
It was a great performance, but he does not get the pressure that other fighters, in terms of, he doesn't get the type of pressure that Ryan, Tio, Tank has. In
What
terms
does the
of,
chat think? What does the chat think? Does the chat think that if is that impressive? Is if Matias stops Regis, would that be impressive? A guy that never been stopped, that was a two-time champion. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what people say. You know what I mean?
I think though, if he stops Regis Prograis, that'd be impressive.
The only one to stop him. Yep. The only one to
It's,
stop
it's
Regis.
almost like if whoever stops Danny Silva Garcia is impressive to me.
But in reality, what's more impressive, Ali Amparo or Regis Progress to you?
To me,
Yeah.
for me, it'll still be Regis.
But to
It'll
me,
be tough because he just came from a loss. I understand it.
yeah.
But see, if I don't hold accomplishment, you know what I'm saying, up to par, then we start becoming that, accomplishment don't or belts don't matter and stuff like that. Like I
But it's
still
when you get it's when you fight him. It's when you fight him.
yeah, but if you beat Liam Paru, right? If you beat Liam Paru, at least we knew who Regis Prograis was. Liam Paru is just another person. If Matias beats the crap out of him, it was like he could have been good. We didn't know how good he was. He just got beaten.
That's the messed up part about boxing. You can't say that because your boy Tio took a loss already. Just because Paro takes a loss don't mean that he don't got a chance to come back in boxing
No,
to
no,
make a name.
but that's what I'm saying. But T already did what before he lost?
He gathered up those accolades.
That's what I'm saying.
True.
So it's almost like when Elvis Rodriguez, like premature. I'm gonna say what may be a premature fight. Michelle Rivera,
But
Frank
well,
Martin, right?
how about this, right? How about this? Sandor Martin. That motherfucker lost to Anthony Yigit. He lost to
And,
Yigit.
and then you get lost to Shakur Stevenson, and who else he lost to? You get lost
He
to
lost,
somebody else
Yigit got knocked out by Rolly.
by Rolly. That was the dirty fight. I went to that fight, San Antonio.
You feel me?
He took man points off. They took like 2 points off from Rolly. He was man dirty that fight. I remember.
So like just how did Sandor Martin get his opportunity for Teofimo Lopez? He got it. Now obviously he beat you. Obviously we know he beat the a former Hall of Fame. Well, not a former Hall
But
of Fame.
remember, that was a sub. That was a replacement fight. Remember, he was supposed to fight Jose Pedraza. Jose Pedraza got sick, and they got
How
Sandor
did-
Martin.
Beating Mikey Garcia was a huge accomplishment because obviously Mikey only had one loss to
No,
Errol
exactly.
Spence. So that's huge. But so that's kind of what puts you in this talk. But it's like, damn, you got to fight Teofimo Lopez? Like,
But then, now what?
you didn't do
See,
nothing. You just beat
no,
a
no, I'm
former
saying,
champion. That's it.
no,
You
I'm
ain't even
saying,
have a
but
belt.
now for Sandor Martin, then what? You know what I'm saying? Sandor Martin, Mikey Garcia, he gets the opportunity with Tio. He didn't beat Tio, but he didn't.
Y todavía está ahí. He's
You there,
still
you there, but it's easily Devin Haney says, F you, I'm gonna fight Ryan Garcia. Even though that you deserve it and you're in position for the fight, as a WBC mandatory, but not even the WBC gives a damn who you are at this point. They want that Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fight. It's
yeah.
easy, it's easy to just push you to the side. But if you have, but let's say Sando Martin did be a Lomachenko. Why they don't push Lomachenko to a side? Lomachenko lost to Tio. Lomachenko lost to Devin Haney. Who Lomachenko is fighting for? A world title versus George Kambosos. Why George Kambosos was still lined up there?
See, some of these guys, but you know better than me, man. Like some of these guys, you can't even mention them. Like Lomachenko, you can't mention Lomachenko. He's gotten special treatment for so many years. He's like on a different,
But
you know.
he does get special treatment. But something I also learned is that still with the special treatment, your manager and your promoter would be like, wait, let's give you an easy fight so you could come back up. They still got confidence in him. Look, they still got confidence in Lomachenko to lose to Salido and still fight Gary Russell. You know what I'm saying? Like we also know managers. For example, I think that Matias could have got probably a better fight or a better opponent or a more name opponent. But you got that deal. Is even Canelo Alvarez is doing it. Canelo Alvarez could fight David Benavidez, but shit, I had this couple of deals, man. Let me get the Charlo. Let me get another Charlo. That's who he wanted, so I could make more money. Remember, the fighter is not the only one making the money. If it's up to the fighter Matias will fight Tio. Tio will fight Matias. Tio will fight Haney, Ryan. All these. Javante Tank Davis will fight Devin Haney. Javante Tank Davis will fight Shakur Stevenson next. But the fans also got to remember that they're not the only one that's making money. You got to remember that people invested a lot of money in these fighters before they even became who you know. They already put thousands and thousands of dollars. They got to make their money back. It's not that the fighters don't want to fight. The investors don't feel like, you know what, I'm not ready to risk my money right now. So let me get this Liam Paru fight. Let him knock him out. Let me get a Richardson Hitchens if he got the heart to
Fighter though.
He's a good fighter, but again, is he championship caliber?
You don't know that.
Well, guess what? I got my faith in Matias.
Of course, as you should. I mean, I think that the majority of the people believe that Paro's gonna get knocked out. But
I'm not taking anything away from Power. Power had a good performance, even though he beat Montana Love.
yeah, but if people know about Paro, there's one thing about him. He's known in Vegas.
No, yeah, because he sparred a lot of people out there.
He's very well known in Vegas. He can really box. This is a testament to show. To be honest with you, this is the trick bag. This is to see how he does with a guy that can box, that can move. Happens to be he's a southpaw, so it makes things even more trickier versus guys like Richardson, Hitchens, and Devin Haney that are orthodox, that possesses similar caliber, similar things that Pyro does have in his arsenal. So I think this is Eddie really trying to get Pyro his shot too.
I think so, but I think that maybe too. Yeah.
He's undefeated. He's undefeated. He got a little punch. He's Australian, right? He's Australian. Australian boxing is really right now. They're on the right, more
Does
on the
this win?
rise. Right,
But
you
does
got
this win?
Gamboa's fighting Loma. He made a big name for himself. You got Tim Tszyu fighting Keith Thurman, and now this could be another big Australian name.
So right now, do you think they worry about? Let me ask you the question to see what's a bigger fight. You feel like Liam Powell is a bigger fight, is a better win than Regis, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
For the
Do you
boxers
think
that are campaigning in the division at 135 and 40, they look at it like, oh yeah, now I get to know who Matias is a little bit more.
what you think that Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn is prioritizing? Polishing Matias as a fighter or polishing Matias as a brand?
See, I like that. You have to break it down for the people for them to understand that though.
I think that they right now, where Matias is at right now, he's already a champion, right? He already got the strap.
Yeah.
Right now, they don't have to establish Matias as a champion. They're trying to establish a brand which makes me feel that a win over Regis Progress, who's known and already had the credibility, will be a better win because they're trying to they're prioritizing the brand. Well, Pyro is a hardcore boxing good win, but now what does it do for the brand of Matias? Does it spike up the oh shit, yo, this guy beat Pyro? Or does it say, yo, this guy knocked out Regis Progress, a guy that Taylor couldn't knock out, or Devin Haney couldn't knock out? What will spark up the brand?
I think what was
And he
spark
beat Cepeda, and he stopped Cepeda.
what he's gonna what Eddie has to do is play his chips right too. Richardson Hitchens is not a superstar yet.
No, he not. He not.
You could also put the winner of Regis and him together to build Richardson's brand up. So and that's another thing. If Richardson wants to fight Matias, it
Yeah.
just doesn't seem like that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, I heard about the 10 pound rehydration. He doesn't want to fight the 10 pound
I
rehydration.
mean, I talked to Richardson like 3 times about it. You know what I mean?
This is what I said about Matias as well. That a lot of people talking about when they say who will win, Devin Haney or Subriel Matias. Um, and I think a lot of people haven't acknowledged this. They only acknowledge the 10 pound rehydration when it comes to when they talk about Richards and Hitchens, but they never acknowledge though that in the unification bout, if he does fight Devin the Dream Haney, that Subriel Matias for the first time as a world title could rehydrate to wherever he wants. He could come in at 165, and a Subriel Matias at
Nah, he
160.
don't rehydrate.
No,
Their
I'm
team's
just
saying that they don't.
I'm just giving you the picture. Is that there is no limit. There's been a limit to Matias, and look what he's
Right.
still doing, retiring dudes. Now put him with no limit, and he could eat su mofongo si quiere.
Yeah,
And that power, if that power is official with a 10 pound rehydration, can you imagine if he could rehydrate 15, 16 pounds, which is right nowadays normal.
yeah.
Nowadays, 16, 15 pounds is normal. Before, you rehydrate 8 pounds, 7 pounds, but now people are going for 15, 16 pounds. That's how they got their regimen. That's how these new strength and conditioning coach got them. Some of these guys are going 20, Devin Haney, 25. But, if there's a fight that lines up like that, if he knocks out Liam Paru, he knocks out Regis Progress, and then you telling me, you telling me a restricted Matias doing this, then imagine when there's an unrestricted Matias. Of course, Javante Tank Davis won't fight a guy like that, unrestricted. But he won't even fight Matias restricted because he's been a restricted fighter. You could, what I'm saying? You're not doing anything new that he's not used to. To be an IBF champion is you got to be you do have to be a professional. You do have to be very, have to watch your weight, even walk around weight.
That's why I was surprised to see like Spence dealing with this last cut. Saying that he was at the point he had the IBF. He's always had it.
Yeah, but see what with him was that he's been fighting the unification bout with Puerto, so he didn't have to worry about that. He didn't have to worry about that with Bud because that's what trumps the rehydration clause, the unification bout.
Unification.
Yeah. So right now, if he fights Liam Paru Matias, he got the 10 pounds the rehydration clause in it. So,
I'm telling you right now, Liam Paro can fight, bro. He's another one that he came out from Australia just to devote himself to boxing. So don't you know? I just know that Matias is a fucking beast, bro. Mickey Bay he hit me up today. He's like, "Yo, I was been watching more Matias because of you. Yo, he's a beast, bro. He's like, he could probably get Tio, but he can't get Devin. But he's always gonna say he can't get Devin.
I think look, the beauty about this is the gift and the curse with Teofimo Lopez. The gift and the curse in Teofimo Lopez is that people see vulnerabilities. Yet vulnerability sells.
Consistency, bro. Consistency.
It,
Consistency is everything.
yeah, but I mean that's where vulnerability comes because they're not they're not consistent with him seeing. But the thing, this is the difference between even the Jermaine Ortiz fight. The Jermaine Ortiz fight wasn't a that you get in.
Consistency because the different styles are coming upon him. Certain styles give complications to certain fighters. Look at the complications with Sando Martin and Jermaine Ortiz. He's having a hard time with guys that can move that are southpaw, that can move. Now he did a great job with Lomachenko, the
Mhm,
greats, right?
mhm.
But it was Lomachenko that was scared of him. Lomachenko showed that he was scared for the first 7 rounds, and when he didn't, he started picking up the rounds, and Tio came in clutch with the last round.
The only thing I'll say about that, and I said and I said it before, is like if people are creating that's the blueprint. You're creating a blueprint that hasn't beaten Tio. You created a blueprint that has gone 12 with Tio and has made it a competitive fight. Do you want a competitive fight? Yes, but you want to win the fight. And those styles haven't won the fight. Can you incorporate that style? So we could talk about who could mimic that style, or could Haney
But
mimic that
he's
style?
winning. He's winning that style being a side punch.
Hmm,
Yeah, absolutely. The
I
only
mean,
one, the only one that he was
I don't think
not
he.
a side
I
was
really don't
Loma.
think. I really don't think he lost none of the fights.
I'm
I
not
don't think.
saying. I'm just saying that. I mean, they're gonna favor the ones that he had a problem with. So those guys never had a chance. If you looked at the scorecards, they never had a chance.
I mean, I didn't see the scorecards where. I mean, they get.
Sandor
I think you got the chance to make it a close. I think 115, 113 is close enough. But where was the? I can't say Jermaine Ortiz won this fight, or I can't say Sando Martin, who got outlanded and out punched from 8 out of the 10 rounds. I can't say that you gonna win the fight just because you got a flash knockdown in the second round. I also do believe that there is a belief in when the underdog, when a guy that you feel has no expectations, give a competitive boxing bout
They got film on the kid now, Punch. They
to
got film on him now.
hey, they should have had the film with the Nakatani. They said that he ain't look good, but are you going to win? Are you going to fight to your strength and win? I also look at it different ways. I could look at it different ways. I don't expect Matias to be Jermaine Ortiz or Sando Martin, so I'm not gonna be looking at it. I'm not gonna think like, yo, Matías, tú verás, yo voy a hacer lo mismo lo que hizo Jermaine Ortiz, y tú verás, y le meto un poquito, pero me vamos a ver cómo es. He ain't gonna say that. It's just like we say, styles make fights, so we can't pick and choose when styles make fights and then talk about it, analyze the boxing bout like that. I know that Ryan Garcia doesn't fight like a Sando Martin. I know that who else? I mean, Javante David could use his legs. We've seen it with Pitbull Cruz. But we also know that he's also an offensive fighter. He need to get his too. He's in the hurt game. He's trying to hurt you. That's what makes him special. You know, is
And
how do you want to win the fight?
and also like maybe Eddie's trying to like really trying to invest into Subriel to see if he could really make some money off of him. You know what I mean? Make not I don't want to say money off of him, but like money with him.
And you were talking about the Liam Paru, right? Australia. People do want to get into the Australia market. They know that there's a market out there, but they can't sustain that market.
Why sign him for five fights if you haven't shown that you could sell? Why?
Who Paru's 5 fights?
No, Subriel. Why would Eddie sign him for 5 fights?
Because he could break that fight.
Hmm?
He could break if he loses, they could break that contract.
Yeah,
That's why for me, boxing deals is like football deals. It's non-guaranteed if you lose.
that's true. And Subriel will sign that shit too.
You know what I'm saying? Is it smart for his team, in my opinion, to put him there?
Because he don't care. He'll fight anybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Every fighter would. That's what they've been doing their whole fucking life.
No,
That's
no,
what
no,
I'm.
no, 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 no. This dude right here will fight anybody though. There's some
Bro, almost
there's
all
some
of them would. Almost
almost
all of them
all of
would.
them would,
Which
but
which wouldn't?
yo,
What
but
fighter you say
no, no,
would?
no, no, I'm not gonna say that they wouldn't, but they would
Okay.
say they would do this. This is what they would do. They'd be like, all right, I'll fight him, but can you get me him and him first? And that's how it really happens. Can I get this bag and this bag
I'll
first?
say the bag. I'll say the bag first. If I'm going to fight
It's
this,
calculated risk.
but it's also prize fighting.
With calculated risk, I
If
gotta
I'm
get paid.
so think about it. If I got paid to fight, if I got paid 200K to fight Kenneth Sims Jr., right? If I got 200K to fight Kenneth Smith Jr., and now they want me to fight Teofimo Lopez, but they pushing me 80K. Now, yo, but you could fight Teo, but my man, if I fight Teo for 80K and then I lose I lose to Teofimo Lopez, that means y'all
This is
gonna
what I
pay
would
me
tell. This is what I
20K.
would tell them. This is how I tell them. In business, yesterday's price is not today's price, and when you took that L, that's just what it is. Then you had to go take that 40 from Libanese. You know what I mean?
I wasn't even talking. That was Elvis Rodriguez anyway, Kenneth Smith Jr. But
Oh yeah.
I'm just putting
I
an
know. Actually,
example.
I didn't even look at it as Elvis, but I know that Elvis lost
You
to
were
him.
thinking about Michel Rivera.
No, no, no. But I know I am speaking upon that deal, those numbers that we are projecting that we think we know, but we're just hearing it from the horse's mouth and believing them.
That's the same reason why I'm the only channel, bro, that said Amanda Serrano, man, pull from that fight with Katie Taylor. If they was trying to give Amanda Serrano not even 100K to fight Katie Taylor, barely 100K, right? If she fights Katie Taylor for 100K, then her next fight, no name is bigger than Katie Taylor. No name is bigger than Katie Taylor. Then your next fight, they might just give you 50K because who's your next opponent that you're gonna, you understand? So you have to set yourself up. This is the fight. This is okay. This is for the championship bout. This is my training camp. Remember, even Amanda Serrano said that she never paid for a training camp well into her 40th fight because there's no money. You know what I'm saying?
That's why. That's why it's like you can't. Yo, here's another thing too, bro. Freaking! I was listening to an interview with what's this dude's name? Mike Robert Garcia, right? And they were asked, "Yo, what you think about the Munguia fight in Canelo, and about the situation with Benavides?"
Mhm.
He goes and says, "Yo, the dude that Benavides is fighting, that was Canelo's sparring partner for 3 years."
Mm. Hey, yo, Canelo Alvarez used to spar Chavez too. Sanchez.
No, but he's been Canelo's been grabbing a lot of sparring partners. He grabbed Kyron Davis that fought Benavides. Like, yo, he's not just paying these guys to just work with them. He's trying to get all the intel, all that stuff. He's had conversations with Kyron about Canelo and everything, bro.
That's smart. I mean,
Yo,
that's smart.
I think that Canelo's still. I think he's gonna fight those guys, bro.
Oh, I think so too.
I think
I
so.
think Canelo's just doing the business. At the frustration coming from the frustration of the fans going to Canelo Alvarez because we want it now. We want it now. And the thing is, he's in the driver's seat. And like I said before, this fight, whether people like it or not, this fight is more for the fans than it is for Canelo. This ain't a mega. This is not your mega fight. When I'm talking about mega fight, I'm not my fault. Not mega fight. It's not the legacy head-to-head fight. It's not what people's really trying to make it out to be. It sounds cute, but it's not. It is not Hagler and Hearns. It is not it's not Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather. It's not a 8 division world champion versus a 5 division world champion. It is not Oscar De La Hoya or Shane Mosley. It's not that. David Benavidez really doesn't have a legacy like that. Not even close to Canelo Alvarez. He's not on pound for pound list. If he retires right now, is he going to be a Hall of Famer? No. So this is really a big fight, just a trending fight for us. But for Canelo Alvarez, he looking at it like, yo, y'all shaming me with him?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all shaming me with this legacy? Really? Like,
And you know what's crazy too? He's also taking guys that David Morrell fought too. Like that last dude, I seen Canelo sparring with that dude too. Yo, he might be going after him too before he leaves too, bro. Canelo, El Gallo, bro, for real.
hey, yo, put it this way. You give Regis, put it this way. Matias beats Regis Prograis. This is crazy. Matias beat Regis Prograis, and he'll be almost just as equivalent as David Benavidez. He's a champion. Benavidez was a champion only one time. He beat a ex-world champ. Well, he beat 2 ex-world champions in Caleb Plant
He
and
was a
Andre.
2-time champion. David Benavidez?
Yeah,
remember he lost it to the scale, and
then he lost it with Coke, and then lost it with Butterfingers.
You feel me?
But
and same thing with Regis, 2-time champion, same weight division.
So he's a monster.
¿Quién es un monster?
No, I'm saying that
Regis.
because Subriel Matias would have to be a ex-world champion. David Benavidez be the ex-world champion, meaning that their legacy is not far apart. David Benavidez does compared to Canelo Alvarez. Is for Canelo, it's like, yo, my man, what you bringing to the table more than a hype.
And the crazy thing is too, it's like, what's an additional 20 million, to this dude
for Canelo that I could get fighting Jaime Munguia and Edgar Berlanga.
And he's like probably a billionaire now.
Yeah, he don't need the money.
Yeah,
I think probably you still fight just to sustain your business or your investment. You know what I'm saying?
He doing it because he loves this shit, and this is what he knows how to do.
Same thing with Floyd.
And if he could get paid to do golf later on, he'd probably do it too. But I don't think he's that good.
He said Matias beats T.O. Ricans will be back in boxing. All right.
I think we're back in boxing already. I think he signified that already. I think we're doing just fine. I think when we do these labels, it's too much. It's like, like Zab Judah said, how many champions has Honduras had?
None.
You feel me?
That makes him special.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's say this. Okay. Matias is the guy, right? If Matias and Edgar Berlanga is fighting on the same card, who's main eventing?
Edgar Berlanga.
There you go. So Edgar Berlanga is the front runner, and he's the poster boy of Puerto Rican boxing. Out of the men's side, because I feel like Amanda Serrano is.
We have casual Puerto Rican fans too.
Let me see that in the chat. What y'all think? If Edgar Berlanga and Matias is fighting, who's the main event? Remember, Matias is the champion.
If Edgar respects the fact that Matias is who he is, which I don't think so. I don't think he's going to, because I know he's seen my first interview with Matias, and Matias was not necessarily hyped about talking about him. He was more talked about like, yo, if you're gonna talk about Puerto Rican boxing, and I mentioned him and Xander, and he's like, talk about Manny Rodriguez,
Talk about Bomba Gonzalez. Talk about the champions. Talk about guys that are really doing it.
Yeah,
You
of
know.
course you could talk about them, but I think that we all know that a lot of it's not that. Let's be real, as even as boxing content creators, it's not about that. It's more about that more people, even hardcore boxing fans, doesn't follow those smaller divisions like that. But we all know Emmanuel Rodriguez from the days of the Inoue and shit like that. We know that. It's just that it's not a sexy or attractive
Mm-hmm.
weight classes that people really look, man. Chocolatito versus Juan Francisco Estrada can't sell out a crowd. They can't sell out a college gym,
And they're
and
the best,
that's
and they're the
legacy
most
right there.
entertaining fights ever.
Exactly. It's just that people look at that's why I want Bam Rodriguez to move up. You know,
Facts.
In America is gonna get it probably get bigger fights, but right now, in the smaller divisions, you really don't got those name opponents out down here. But I think that Edgar Berlanga has represented well. I think that I feel like just like what people may say, like my brother Rocky Rodriguez, he was like, "Yo, give him time." The same thing I could say about Edgar Berlanga. Why people don't say give Edgar Berlanga time? Edgar Berlanga is what 27, 26 years old. Edgar Berlanga knocked out 16 people in the first round. What is it? Because we've seen vulnerabilities. Well, do people okay with seeing vulnerabilities, or people want to see perfection? What did people expect from Edgar Berlanga?
Yeah, we want to make sure that you're capable, man. Like when we step you up into class, we can't be just repping you as a hardcore fan and seeing you make these amateur mistakes just because you can't knock out an individual. You know what I mean? You can't finesse, and also having a hard time finessing a knockout that you can get. You know what I mean? DeMar Nicholson, like that's you got to secure the bag. You had him on the floor 4 times. Like you got to be able to little things like that because I mean this is just a huge leap if he gets a Canelo fight, bro. Like
But
it's
that's what
so,
I'm saying. That for certain knockout artists, there's more pressure. Sometimes it seems like you should start off like a Haney or Shakur, so nobody has to put you as this knockout artist that every time you go out, you need to hurt and knock out everybody. See, that's why with Devin Haney, he could just put down Regis Prograis, and everybody's saying, "Oh my God, Devin Haney's newfound power! Wow!" Yeah, but then Ryan Garcia knocks out his opponent in the eighth round, and we're talking to Ryan Garcia like he lost the fight. Same thing with Edgar Berlanga. Same thing what they did to Javante David when he went hole 12 with Pitbull Cruz. Same thing we do with Tio, because these guys have spectacular knockouts on a constant basis or performances. Devin Haney don't got that same pressure to perform in that type of level. All he got to do is get the W, and we understand that that's Devin Haney's style.
I mean he's had to deal with the pressure as far as saying that he's pillow fisted and he had to step it to Linares and he got caught while doing it. That's dealing with the pressure in the media of people saying things, and he boxed out of his comfort zone. He took more risks and got caught while doing it. That was the people. That was his inner self talking to the people. Like, I gotta fix it. So everybody got that pressure. You know what I mean? Especially when bro, you're at the peak, bro. At the peak, that's where the pressure is.
So now that Matias is back, now they don't say that Shakur Stevenson is the best Puerto Rican boxer now. Just last year, they said Shakur Stevenson is the best Puerto Rican boxer. Now Matias is here. What? Now they pushing Shakur to the side. That was happening out here in Mill City. Huh?
Did they say that? That
That's the energy I'm getting.
Shakur was the best?
Y'all, I've been doing lives about this. It's Shakur Stevenson was the number one Puerto Rican boxer. Now, since Subriel Matias, the emerge of the Subriel Matias fan base, now is no more. Now is no more Shakur. Así como lo tiran, ustedes lo tiran a ese tigre, así mismito, a la calle. ¿Ah?
Es que there's only certain channels that value Shakur as a Puerto Rican. A lot of them they don't value him and they don't mention Puerto Rican and him in the same sentence unless they're gonna talk negative.
It was because at that time, there wasn't really a Puerto Rican champion, and just they need the Puerto Rican needed to really adopt Shakur Stevenson. Di la verdad.
Di la verdad.
Di la verdad. Huh?
Yo, es que I don't know. Like, to be real, I never seen like Camacho moved around a lot and stuff like that, but he still sat down on his punches and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Cause I think about it with me, I feel like the dog that we get to see in Shakur, I think we've already seen that stage at 26, at 30. Like that's what, and I think right now 35 is where you're gonna see less knockouts, more just beating
I
people
think
up.
the opposite. I think Shakur Stevenson next bout is going to shut a lot of people up. I think his next bout he's going to shut a lot of people up.
Well,
Because
he got a really good opponent, so I can't wait.
who's his opponent?
I can't say it right now. I can tell you.
Can't say them punch drunk boxing. No exclusives.
I can't. I know it's not that.
But be like Takashi 6ix9ine, he snitch.
I don't say it on my show either.
Ah, pues. Yo le voy a decir a Shakur Stevenson que me diga a mí a ver si me puede decir.
Yeah, I mean he probably will. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I mean, you probably will, nigga. You had a 3-hour conversation with him.
A good combo. It was a good convo, man. It was a good live, man. That was a good live. I liked that live, that interview. Very informative. There was nothing.
I enjoyed it. I was in there like, yo, Punch, put in Kid Austin.
Oh yeah. Kid Austin fights today, ladies and gentlemen. He fights a fellow Dominican. You know what I'm saying?
So, real rap. Do you know? Did you do any homework on his opponent?
I only knew about him in the amateurs that he was knocking everybody else in it. He was knocking everybody else in DR. That's what I was telling you. I got Kid Austin.
Decision?
Late stoppage.
Now for the main event, I haven't heard it because I know you did interview with Maxie Hughes a while back. I don't know, why didn't you get him on before this time?
I don't even know, man. I even forgot.
No
me apoyan la gente. Mire, di que 59 people aquí. ¿Ah? Y el super chari party y que vamos a ver, mi gente, no apoyen ustedes. Yo le dije, Maxi, you say y'all want to go to Punch Drunk Boxing. No, but quítate de aquí, they're not supporting this week.
Mira, I gotta go because my girlfriend is like yelling at me, giving me the face. But yo, let me know what's your prediction so I can check it out. Let everybody know.
Cepeda. I got Cepeda decision.
Word. No doubt, my brother. I'll hit you up later.
All right, brother. All right. Shout out to Mill City Boxing. Cepeda getting it tonight. Yeah, I got Cepeda, but Maxie Hughes. I want Maxie Hughes to get a title shot too, man, because I do believe that he beat George Kambosos. It should be Vasily Lomachenko versus Maxie Hughes. You know, Cepeda by KO. I don't know, man. Maxie Hughes. I don't think he's gonna just get KO. Maybe a stoppage, but I got the decision. I got the decision for Cepeda. Kid Austin is losing tonight. Okay, we're gonna see. Puma's tough. Puma got a reputation in Dominican Republic. He tough, but you know what I'm saying? Could he be too tough for his own good? Could be a lot of slippage there. Snow burn the building was good. But ladies and gentlemen, good looking out for the live, man. About to go 3 hours. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. That Domi brother is a dog punch. Subscribe to the channel. Become a member to the channel. Shout out to everybody. Hope you're having a great Saturday. Love y'all. Probably drop another video later on. Love y'all. God bless. As a matter of fact, after the fight, going to be talking about the fights, the Cepeda, Maxie Hughes, Kid Austin fight. Then, of course, man, we head into March 30th. March 30th, one of the biggest events. Hopefully, I'm there as well. Keith on Tom Thurman versus Tim Zoo. Fundora going to be on the undercard. Pitbull Cruz versus Rolly Romero. Lara going to be fighting as well. Can't wait for that fight. Can't wait for that fight. We got Keith one time. Thurman. Thurman is going to upset Tim Zoo. Thurman. Let's go. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.